Okay, so as we summed up previously, you guys chased down Sefek Caltro, who was biting the head off a chingwa when you caught him in a clearing in the snow.
What a bad guy.
Yep.
Boy, I'm glad he's dead.
Boy, am I glad. So,
He may not be the guy we're looking for, but he was the guy we found.
He deserved to die just for biting that chicken head off. Not chicken, chingwa.
you chicken head.
Who would we looking for? Ozzy Osbourne.
Less than a fucking minute in and we've descended into chaos.
I'm surprised it took that long.
I'm surprised it took that long.
Oh, God.
So anyway...
So you return back to the Roaring Pony, also known as the Northlook, depending on which bit of scripture that you read. And you heard rumours, actually, that there was a monster in Bremen. A monster that is stopping people fish for their beloved knuckle-headed trout.
Was it not in Merdewalden?
Bremen is on the edge of Merdewalden.
Oh, that's the lake, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, the lake is Merdewalden, yes, mate, yeah.
Yes, Peter.
So yeah, you were encouraged to head that direction. You're also still looking for Torger Icevein, who has a travelling caravan throughout 10 towns, and you're not really sure where she's stationed right now. Other than that, you found a map with 3 locations marked on it, written in Dwergar, of East Haven. Bear with me, I can't remember what the other 2 were. I think it was Care Koenig. And can't remember the last one. God damn it.
Cleveland.
Just Cleveland.
Wasn't it the sister town?
It was Koenig, Care Dinnerval.
Yeah.
Care Dinnerval, that's the one. So yeah, you did those bits and pieces, and then we left it there. So really, what do you guys want to do? In all honesty,
I say we go monster hunting.
Agreed. Let's get me ahead of a monster.
I say we go and look for the caravan.
I'm sure we'll run into some monsters on the way if we don't become them.
Bearing in mind, just to clarify, the caravan you were last told was heading towards Targos, which is actually on the way to Bremen. So you can kind of do both at the same time if you head in that direction.
Look how well that works out.
I'm of the opinion, same as Chris, that we look for Torga Icevein.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's got some shifty goings on to answer for.
As opposed to, us killing random people. Yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do that.
It was the Zare Frank. He was killing innocent pygmy people.
I never debated that point. I never debated that point.
And it wasn't a random killing, it was a selected one.
Oh, that's true. It was a directed killing. We knew that guy had to die. So,
Makes it sound so sadistic.
Right,
and
so
you say that like it's a bad thing.
No, that's a good point.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's get a brew, get some sleep, head out.
yeah, absolutely. So you spend the night fairly uneventful, fill your bellies, drink some ale, get a good rest, and get yourself, back to a nice fighting fit level. And then I assume the plan is that you are going to head northwest in the direction of Targos, I suppose.
Yes. Yarp.
On foot.
Well, I don't believe we've got mounts at this point, do we?
So there is options. There is dog sleds, and there are also axe beaks available in Bryn Shander that you can use for traversing the snow.
What's an axe beak?
An axe beak? Let's see if I can find you a...
It looks like a bit like the thing off Empire... fucking hell, what's the second one called? Oh my god, what's the second Star Wars film called?
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I said Empire, but I thought that was the third one, was Return of the Jedi, innit? Yeah, it looks a bit like a thing off Empire Strikes Back, doesn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
I'm trying to think of what you're referring to in all
The Tauntauns.
Yeah, the Tauntauns.
Oh.
The ones that go meow, meow, meow.
But not Luke sleeps inside.
Yes.
Yep. Well, honestly, we don't have a lot of gear here. Something that will traverse the land a little quicker is not such a bad idea. But we would be a little less bound to that with the dog sled. So, I mean, I'm
Give me
good
a
either way.
fucking heart attack.
It's Chocobo.
Yeah, so a dog sled will get you moving quicker, but it will cost you money, and so will an axe beak.
We're a chonkabo. Look at the size of that
What are
shit.
we talking, Craig?
We are talking. Let me find out. Sorry.
We've got Keith's character's 50 gold pieces we can use to, you know.
And mine.
And my axe.
And my bow.
Okay.
6 isn't good for me.
And my spells.
So, a dog sled will cost you 50 gold pieces and will only carry 2 people.
Well, that's not.
Let's walk.
If I could, for 10 gold, I could just buy a big dog
agree.
and ride it. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
How much is an axe beak?
I'm just finding out. I can't remember. Here's the short answer.
Let's go with a solid 10.
Let's have a look. Travel.
Well, didn't
And can either of these carry a Goliath?
Yeah, they could carry a Goliath.
didn't Helm give us 100 gold pieces though for the bounty on?
She did give you 100 gold pieces, that's correct.
Yeah, but then your character put it back in her hand.
No, that was originally. And then I said to her we'd discuss the money at a later date, and then Craig said she'd give us the money anyway.
Lily's just come in. Did you hear that? Go hands up! I'm robbing your house.
Well, it's good to have goals for when you grow up, you know?
It's always good to get early on into a profession.
Exactly. Start them early, raise them right.
Goals.
Okay, so a mental note to self: send her like a small black balaclava for Christmas,
Mhm.
And a billy club.
and a billy club. Well, I mean-
Not, make sure you mark the sender address off it, Frank.
That's true.
That'd be a lot like being fucking robbed by your own gift.
I mean, besides, I'm on enough lists in this country. I don't need to start myself a file anymore. So.
All right,
I'm
so we
gonna-
walking then? Have we decided?
Will
No, no,
How much was the axe beak?
I can't find it.
So a good
Give us
3.
2 seconds.
Five
It
So free.
definitely isn't free. Let's put it that way.
How the rules work, Craig.
Okay, is it less than half the price of a dog sled?
No.
Then the
Let's
dog
walk.
sled is better.
Axbeak is also 50 GP.
Is it? How
So-
have you found that?
Yeah, it is. I googled cost of an axe beak and Rime with the Frostmaiden, 50 gold pieces.
Oh,
So for 50 gold pieces, it can carry 1, or for 50 gold pieces, dog sled, it can carry 2.
Okay,
Yep.
well, I'm gonna tell Helm to use my 100 gold pieces to pay for 2 dog sleds for 4 people.
okay.
So
fine.
I've covered 4 people
The
strong.
dog sleds can also be used for covering for carrying stuff though, you know, like equipment and
Yeah.
stuff.
So I'm gonna do that.
I will also pay for the third one.
Fair.
So you've got enough to cover 3 dog sleds. That'll cover 6 of you, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Where
you
do I
move
go? Where do I go to deduct the gold?
Inventory.
on your gold
Sorry?
pieces in your inventory.
Inventory gold. Yeah.
So literally, you dog sled it up to Targos. Pretty quick actually. Let me just get my dice out and make sure nothing happens. Got to make sure that you don't get a random Yeti attack. You know.
Is everyone else's game still paused? Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, cool. Yeah, cool.
Do-do-do-do-do. Yep, you're alright, you're good. So yeah, you head north and make it to Targos within 3 hours. What do you want to do in Targos?
What's there?
Do you want me to tell you a little bit about Targos and,
Yes,
and
please.
give
Yeah.
you a bit of a
Yes,
rundown?
please.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. So, Targos is pretty big. Not a huge amount smaller than Bryn Shander, actually. It's a fairly reasonable sized place. Give me 2 seconds. I'll pop a map up for you. Targos. Where are you? Where are you?
I've got you, Craig. I've got you.
There should be one here, though, mate.
Built into Foundry. There might be a handout as well for it.
This is what I'm looking for, mate. Unfortunately.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you go. That's Targos. Pretty massive. It's on the south side of Mare de Walden.
It's on
Bear with
Discord.
me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Keith.
Code DM.
You're welcome, mate.
Um,
You help where you can. It's an hard
Yeah.
job doing it, especially
Yeah.
online.
So it's encircled by a wooden wall, and it helps keep the town safe from orcs and other threats and from the general wilderness. The wall extends out into the lake to create a safe harbour for the town's boats. But now Oral's long winter has frozen the water in the harbour, and many of Targos' boats are trapped in the ice. Fishers must drag their small vessels across the ice to get to the unfrozen lake beyond the harbour walls. Okay? They generally make their living off the lake. Their town speaker is Nearth Maxil Danar. It's a bloody mouthful. And they have a fairly sizable militia, but not quite as much as Brinchander. Yeah.
BS.
Okay.
The town speaker's name.
His name is Nearth, so Naerth Maxil Danar.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, generally there's not a lot going on. So, what do you want to do? Also, no sign of Torga's company, which
On the way, yeah.
which shows the emblem of a wolf and a golden paw in the middle of the flag. So you would recognise it. You would have seen it before.
What? Okay, as far as buildings around here, I'm assuming if we're coming in, other people have come through, looking for what looks to be the most frequented inn and or tavern.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'll grab that for you. Okay. Where is it? Okay, so it looks like there is a tavern called Three Flags Sailing, where people tend to be gathering around, and you know, where you can see the most sort of congregation of people, if that makes sense.
I'm not looking for the biggest local bar. I'm
Okay.
looking for the biggest, like, travelers inn, not the locals.
Yeah. So you search around the town. Can you do me a perception check, please, Frank?
Not so good. It's snowing a lot.
This is a town.
Yeah.
Look, I have feet. Holy shit!
You are struggling to locate anything but the obvious, really.
Fine, I'll take the townies bar then. Going in, see if there's just kind of what my plan is. I'm gonna set up a little bit, just stay chill, perform a little, listen over here, and maybe try to work that wolf's head logo into some of my lyrics and see if anybody reacts or anybody speaks about it. Let's see if they've been through town and if anybody's heard or seen from them. That's
I was going to say, what was the banner that she uses? A wolf's head on a what?
It's a wolf's head and with a golden paw on her banner.
Okay, then definitely refer to the paw of the golden wolf. If I know any songs about animals or animal bravery, adjust the
Give me a
lyrics
performance check.
just enough while we're doing that
Don't
to
fuck
bring
it
in.
up again.
No, I didn't fuck that shit up. I slid
Nailed
that
it.
right in.
So you
So
give us
instead
a
of the
strong
bear with the
performance,
wiry
yeah?
hair,
The dire wolf with the golden paw.
yeah.
We're talking Mercury at Live Aid performance rank.
That's
Just getting that
brilliant.
through. Trying to see if anybody reacts
you
or
give
anybody
it,
says, "Oh, I've seen that."
Yeah, you you're giving this this spiel, on the dire wolf, and everyone knows that you're talking about Torga Ice Fist, okay?
Oh, sure, of course.
Ice Vein, should I say? And nobody reacts. Everybody kind of gets it. They get the reference you're making, but nobody seemingly jumps, reacts, moves, or nothing.
Not even badly.
You do for your performance though. A couple of people chuck you a handful of silvers, and then you earn 10 silvers.
Fair enough. I'll take that. But fine. It just lets me know that nobody here cares.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. The locals aren't going, oh yeah, that fucking guy, or they're not going, oh, he's our hero. All right. Fair enough.
There's
Okay.
only one entrance into the town by the looks of it, Craig. Is that right?
Let's have a look. Targos.
Yeah,
From
the
the
southern-
south side, yeah. So the south gate.
So I'm gonna tell the guys that I'm gonna go and sit outside the gates and hide myself a little bit, and I'm gonna take like as though I was doing a watch and watch for anyone approaching the town in case
Okay.
they turn up.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you go towards the gates, and you didn't seem to see it on the way in, but there is definitely about a few hundred meters out from the gate, there is a frozen corpse on a stake.
Oh, lovely.
Yep. Clearly been a human sacrifice recently.
Which is what she's supposedly doing the lottery for.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, anything you want to ask the locals in Targos? Anything you want to do?
Wilfred is gonna ask. He's gonna ask someone credible. He's gonna ask a guard.
Regard, okay. Okay, so
he's
yeah,
gonna say,
there's
he's gonna say, I'm monster hunting.
okay.
I heard rumors that there's a monster somewhere here.
He laughs at you and says, "Monster nonsense."
Nonsense. Rumors are usually correct. A sea
says-
monster with a long neck? No.
He says, "Not round these parts, little one."
Strange. Has Wilfred seen this corpse that's been staked?
Yeah, you'll have probably noticed it on the way in, I think.
All right. He's also going to ask then, who's the dead fella? Who's the stiff?
Says, he says that's Bandros.
What did he do to deserve such a chilly fate?
Nothing. He was just his name come up in the lottery, and yeah. Well, if your name comes up, your name comes up, my friend.
How often is this lottery run?
He says about once a 10-day.
Once a 10-day. And who officiates the lottery?
He says it's run by Torga, or one of Torga's representatives.
Ah, where is Torga?
He
He
said
looks around.
He said, I can't remember. He says, I think she was heading up to Bremen, maybe to Lonelywood. I don't know. She does her rounds. She rocks up every now and again, and we've just got to see whose turn it is.
Just remind me, which way is Lonelywood? Which way is Lonelywood? Is it north of it?
Lonelywood is north, like due north. Bremen is northwest.
Well, thank you, kind sir.
Anytime, as he swigs down his beer.
Craig, can I go to the barkeep?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to? So it's give me 2 seconds and I will describe her to you. So she is a middle-aged human.
Okay, what's the dwarf's name we're looking for?
Torga, Ice Vein.
Okay. Gonna ask the barkeep. Does she know where Torga is?
She says Torga comes round here. I don't know, maybe once a 10-day, something like that.
Do you know where she makes
travels
camp?
around? Usually sort of just shacks up in the town centre with a travelling caravan and sells her goods.
Is there any specific location that you could guide us to? We have urgent need to speak with her. And I'm going to slide a few gold coins across.
She says, honestly, I don't know.
Oh, so she. When was the last time she was here?
Maybe a few days ago.
Well, 10 days a week, isn't it?
Yeah, roughly their
Yeah.
equivalent of a week.
So we've comes round to 10 days. So I'm gonna go back and tell the rest of the people, like obviously the rest of the party, that she was here a few days ago. We could have a look around, maybe see if she's here now. If not, if we wait a few days, then she should be back again.
Wilfred pipes up and says the guard told me that she might have gone to Lonelywood.
Yep.
Or the other place.
Or Bremen.
I'm honestly more surprised that no one seems to care. I mean, she shows up every 10 days, sacrifices somebody, and then fucks off again. Something isn't right. Why are these people okay with this?
So Cora leans over the bar and says to you, "You can see. Can you do an insight check?
Who?
You, please."
14.
Okay. You can see in her eyes she's not okay with it, right? Like, generally, I don't think people are okay with it, but they just don't seem or feel like they've got any alternative.
Well, then, kind of, lean in, try to keep it quiet, not overheard by others. Go. Why hasn't this town stood up to her then?
She says, "It ain't Torgo we're scared of. It's the Frostmaiden herself. We dutifully make these sacrifices in hope that we don't get frozen in our beds at night."
And who told you this Frostmaiden is going to freeze you, Torga?
She laughs at you like, "Look around. The sun hasn't risen for over a year."
Okay, I'm just saying. Look, where I come from, there is no damn sun. We get along just fine. So, tell me why are you so hung up on this? Has anyone seen the Frostmaiden? Have you met the Frostmaiden? Have you seen this happen personally?
She says, "Have you looked across the sky at night? Have you seen the bird?"
Yeah.
"Everything freezes. We're struggling to get by here." She's like almost breaking into tears at this point.
So what you're saying is, if somebody would go, I don't know, slaughter the bird, this might not be too terrible.
I mean, she recoils a little bit because she's worried about who's listening, and she says, "Look, I just want to see the sun again."
Take a big swig, lean back, just gotta. Sun's overrated.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I was still outside, so I'm gonna head back in now.
Okay. So,
can we go down by the docks maybe and have a look at this?
Yeah, sure.
Talk to some fishermen, see what the issue is with the besides the frozen water.
Yeah, of course.
So Wilfred's gonna head down to the docks. It looks like a relatively small town. Relatively.
Found it, you bugger.
Huh?
Boom. There we go. There is Targos.
With no tokens.
No token in the sea.
Targos is black.
Is black.
Such a descript area. This is helping a lot.
I need to what's it? Thanks for that. Thanks.
Sorry.
Facetious bastard.
I'm just not even fucking alive, man. This is
Let's have a look. Targos.
You'll not be if you carry on pissing off DM.
Says the there, Hugger.
I mean, I got away with it.
Global illumination. How do I flick it on, Peter?
If you right click on it, go to configure.
Yeah.
And then there's vision and lighting, token vision, fog exploration, and unrestricted vision range. You want to untick unrestricted vision. Oh no, hang on. You want to untick token vision and fog exploration. Just leave unrestricted on. That should remove the need.
There we go.
Boom.
Not that anyone's probably interested, but Sarah Harden from Girls Aloud has just died.
That happened earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wilfred's going to wander down to the fishing end of Targos.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
And he's going to try and milk the fisherman for information on this sea monster.
I'll head with.
Yeah. So, give me 2 seconds. I'll see if I can get the information for you. You head up that way,
Find the speaker.
and they say, look, ain't no sea monster in these parts, but there's a fella over in Bremen that's he's desperate to get people in fishing. His name's Grinsk. You might want to speak to him
In Bremen.
He's all
in Bremen.
Grimsk.
Bremen. Fisherman called Bremsk. Okay.
He says, but listen, Targos is making some good fishing. Well, at least when we can get on the water, that is. It's backbreaking lugging me ship over that ice.
Is there And he adjusts his spectacles, Wilfred, and he says, "Is there anything that would help?"
He says, well, maybe a little less frost would be nice. We could get to our knuckle-headed trout a lot easier then.
What about? Hear me out. What about skates on your boats, or rather under your boats?
He says,
And he
skates?
whips out a notepad and starts sketching a boat, and attaches little skates to them underneath. You know, like dog sleds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then shows the fisherman, and he says, basically, turn your boats into skates.
He says,
Sleds, even.
could be onto something here.
It's an easy modification, and he gets right into detail, so he like draws little bolts.
Yeah.
And the reinforcement on the bolt.
Okay.
Should make it easier. You could even and draw some dogs on the front. Maybe attach some dogs on the front and have them wait for you at the bit that's still frozen.
Yeah. He said that's not a bad idea. He said, but so I'm not keen on the idea of having dogs out on the water. What if the ice breaks?
Well, it's just
Dogs are expensive.
Dogs can swim.
He says not in this cold water.
Yeah, they'll die.
You might be surprised.
Do you maybe have some? Do you have a lot of rope here?
He says plenty.
We could set up some kind of pulley system.
He said maybe that might work.
And then he whips out another drawing, and he puts it on the stake is like each end.
Yeah.
Pulleys at each end, and then just attach it to the boat and just pull the rope. You can even pull yourself along while you're still in the boat.
He says that doesn't seem like a bad idea.
There you are, friend. I'll give you that for free, and I rip the paper out and hand it to him.
He's pretty grateful. He's just like stewing the drawing and like He said, I think I can make something of this.
You're welcome. Name's Wilfred.
He says, thanks, Wilfred.
Anytime. My friend
doesn't even bother giving you he doesn't even bother giving you his name. He's just like, thanks.
And he wanders off studying the boats.
Okay.
While they're doing that, Craig, I want to go and find the town speaker, if possible.
Yeah? What are you going to do to find him?
I'm going to ask where the town speaker's abode is, where like the city hall.
Who are you asking?
I'll ask the barkeep. Barkeep seems to know about everything. Is usually in the town.
She says upstairs. Stays here.
Oh. Would I need an introduction? I'm going to ask the barkeep. Or is he free to speak?
She says, I can ask him if he's got time for you. And she kind of whispers to one of the waitresses to kind of run up and get him. And she runs up the stairs for a couple of minutes. And then she comes back down and gives you the nod. And he says, yeah, you can go speak to him if you want.
Okay, I'll go up.
Okay. So you go up and she kind of takes you up, and it's a large room. It's really really quite nicely decorated, and she lets you in, and yeah, there sits a man with long hair, nice fur-lined clothes. He's nice and warm with an open fire, loads of books around the room and whatnot. He says, "I hear you've asked for me."
His name's Neath, isn't it? Neath is how you pronounce it.
Neath, yeah.
Hey, old friend Neath.
He says, "Do we
I'm
know each other?"
we don't. I'm here with a party from Bryn Shander. We're looking for Torg. I've been told that you visit once a 10-day. I'm wondering if you could give me any more information on her whereabouts.
He says, "Bloody commoners." He says, "It's not once a 10-day." He says they can't even tell the time between them. He says it's probably once every 3 10-day. He said you wouldn't even make it round 10 towns once a 10-day.
When was the last time she was here? Do you know?
He says a few days ago, I would say.
I'm going to explain to him why we're looking for her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say if there's any, is there any place she frequents more than others in 10 towns? Or anywhere she's known to hole up?
Nev says she holds up in basically any town in 10 towns. She's a traveling merchant, my friend. Do you not know this? And interestingly, he's just all this time he's kind of talking to you, but never really taken his eye off his pets that he's got. And he's feeding 2 winged serpents in a cage. He's just dropping mice in there and letting them fight over it.
Where does she stock up her goods? Do you know?
He says she travels from Luskan and sails north, and then repeats this journey basically.
Does she have a particular route she follows after she's been to your fair town, or does she go from particular town to town?
He says her traveling directions are not my business. I'm just grateful that she supplies my locals with what she needs and keeps the commerce in Targos booming.
What do you think about the lottery and the sacrifices?
He says, "Well, it's a grim old affair, isn't it? But he said, but if it keeps us safe from the bitter winter," as he looks out the window, "then it needs must."
Right now, my friend, it doesn't look like it's doing anybody much good.
Well, maybe the select few that are unfortunate enough to meet the winter's bite, but for now, I stay warm by my fire.
Okay. I don't think I've got anything else. I'm gonna thank him for his time and leave.
You're most welcome. Hopefully, one day the town can call on you for aid should it need it.
Town can call on us whenever needed.
He says, in his best Mr. Burns, "Excellent."
This guy's
Right.
evil.
I'm gonna go down to whoever's left in the tavern. I'm gonna tell them.
Give me an insight check, Chris.
Okay, uno momento. Insight.
Yeah, you're definitely getting some shady vibes from this fella.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll go down and tell the rest of the party.
Yeah?
Which bit are
Okay.
you telling us?
I'm going to tell you the conversation I've just had with them from start to finish.
Alright.
And that he's a shady
and
MF.
something's not quite right about him. I've been
Wilfred-
given.
Wilfred's going to ask, did he have any sort of tattoos?
Not that I could notice. He was pretty wrapped up in furs and whatnot. He did have 2 winged serpents he was feeding at the side of him.
I'll give you as a picture as well. It's easier for me to just snip it and put it on Discord for you, to be honest.
You can
Then
paste it
fuck
into
him.
the chat on Foundry, you know.
Can you?
Yeah, just Control V into the chat.
Target directory data, something or other does
Oh,
not
never mind,
exist.
just throw in D&D.
Yeah, it's just simpler if I put it in the D&D thing, innit? So that's him there in the foreground.
Yeah, he looks trustworthy.
Definitely. It's the
Definitely.
back hair that does it.
Yeah.
Friendly guy.
He's literally got like the atypical "I'm a villain" look about him, hasn't he? Like, oh god.
This is an 80s movie and he speaks with an English accent, that's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it's over now.
He's Alan Rickman in Die Hard.
Is somebody streaming on Discord?
Say I can see somebody
Yeah,
with like
I
an orange pouch.
I put my webcam on so I can use my IRL dice so you know I'm not being fishy.
Go on in. Giving us some IRL dice. Fair enough. We'll have that, mate. We'll have that.
Thanks,
if you want to use IRL dice. Cheers for your skilled hand there.
Your input.
I'm sure you've had plenty of skill at that. Thank you, mate.
He's a master.
He looked like Richard's fingers, so that explains the cackle.
Craig.
Yes, Peter.
The moment Chris's character. Sorry, I'm not up with the names yet.
Dagnar.
As soon as Dagnar mentions the winged serpents, does it remind Wilfred of some kind of person or organization?
I mean, you all know that winged serpents are associated with the Zentarim, but doesn't necessarily mean that every man that owns a winged serpent is part of the Zentarim.
Well, let's face it, winged serpents, they're not exactly cats, are they?
Well,
No,
not exactly native to the frozen north either.
No, they are not. Indeed, they are not, my friend.
I think we move on to is it Bremen?
Bremen, it was
question him about the pets.
I've already left now. I can't exactly go back. What the fuck are you doing with two winged serpents?
Hey, real quick before I go, let me ask you about this.
You don't have to, but you could tell us, and then people who are interested in it could be like clearly Peter's got a keen interest in it. His character could be like, I want to go and find out more, and then you'd ask more on a intellectual level, not a like. You're not questioning him, quizzing him, interrogating him. You like an interest in it.
From what I gather, I'm going to assume that he's not going to be the type of guy to sit and idle chatter.
I don't know, we just chatted some fucking shite with you for 10 minutes.
It's up to you, what do you want to do? Chris, you've had your time up there. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I'm ready to get out there and start going on a hunt for something or, search.
I'm going to roll some dice.
Yeah? Okay. So what do we want to do? As a group, are we continuing to Bremen, or...?
Is there any kind of notice board in this town? Have we noticed a notice board?
Peter wants a side quest.
There's notice boards, but there's nothing of interest on them, particularly. Nothing that an adventuring party might go, oh, I want to do that,
Hey, there's a guy that'll offer to have you clean fish for like a copper a day. Knock yourself out.
Yeah. Like, it's all trash like that you're not really interested in.
Looking for adventuring party. Need my stables swept.
Yeah.
Advertise your notices here. Only one piece a day.
1 gold piece a day.
Okay.
Pay for 6 days, get the 7th for free.
Are we?
We should head up to.
Let's head on.
Is it Lonelywood or is it the other one? God damn, I keep forgetting which. I could really do with a map.
I could do with a map. Just give me a map, god damn it. Give me
East Haven and Bremen are the two we still need to go.
Hang on, I've got it.
Hang on before you send him anything.
Yeah, it needs to be the player version.
No, it's not that. It's this.
Interactive map. Ooh.
Really? Or is this the same one as the Waterdeep one?
I just need to make sure there's nothing on there.
It's very basic.
Yeah. Just locations. Stuff any open map or hey buddy, which way to Targos would tell you.
There's a little bit on. There's markers on there that shouldn't really be there. But...
I won't look at them, I promise.
Yeah, there's markers on there that shouldn't really be there at the moment.
Yeah, but I haven't used none of them. I'm just looking at the location names.
Yeah, as in the towns themselves, they give
That's
you
all
a
I'm using it
idea, yeah.
for, yeah.
So Bremen is, you got to go further northwest to Bremen.
It
That's
doesn't
into
seem very far. Shall we head to Bremen?
No,
Yeah.
I suppose.
What's up, Daryl?
nothing. I got the wrong one.
I'm on the road again.
So yeah, you keep traveling north, and let me just Okay, yep, you're okay. You travel north for a few hours, and you make it to Bremen finally. And again, so let us just there's a lot of kind of back and forth in Icewind Dale, so bear with me. Where's Bremen? I literally seen it. There it is. And you make it to Bremen. Here we are, the lovely Bremen.
Is it going to be dark again?
It could well be. There's a good
Can we
chance
tell what
that
time
will
of
be
day
the
it
place.
is?
Not really. The sun doesn't rise.
Oh, this rum's hitting me hard. Okay,
Rum or com, sorry.
rum for now.
Let me activate Bremen.
Oh, this is small.
Yeah, Bremen isn't a big place. Bremen isn't like a city. So bear with me.
Honestly, not much in the Dale is very big.
Yeah. Bremen has a total population of a meager 150. Their speaker is called Dorbelgruff Shaleskar. Okay.
That honestly sounds like a hipster IPA.
Truth.
Double
Speaker
gruff.
is called what? Sorry,
Double
Let's
gruff
not-
shale scar.
double
Dor-
gruff
Where is he? Dorbelgruff Shaleskar. Thank you, Frank.
doorbell.
Dorbel.
I just put it in chat.
The random name generator names. Okay.
Okay. So yeah. What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't know what we're looking for now.
Yeah, before we go into town,
Mhm.
let's powwow a little bit here.
Okay.
Look, what are we actually doing here? I mean, I know we've agreed to go track this bitch down, but are we trying to stop? Do we know if what she's doing is legit? These people are scared to death of this ice maiden. I know it sounds like bullshit to me, but what the hell do I know? Is this legit? Are we trying to stop it? Are we trying to help it? What exactly are we after here? What's our end game?
Regardless of my friend, if this is legitimate or not, the life of one isn't outweighed by the life of all.
I'm not arguing that. I'm saying, what's our end game? Do we know what we're actually after, or are we just reacting? I mean, let's face it, we just smoked that bastard before. We can't really prove he was the killer. I'm okay with it, but what are we up to?
10 towns.
Uh-huh. So, shouldn't we at least understand what that entails before we just go flying off the handle? Have we really thought about this? I'm just asking.
Nope.
Right. Well, that's kind of my point. Maybe we need to, before we go running off, use the supplies, money, time, we need to figure out what the hell we're actually doing. Because so far, we've just been running around like a piercer that doesn't know what's underneath him.
I'm gonna say to sorry. I'm gonna say to Bramar, I can promise you from the depths of my soul that oral means no good to anyone in this land. Information is my purpose, with the goal of stopping oral.
Well, if you know something to help this along, then brother, maybe you want to say so. Because no offense, I don't know you that well. I'm not saying your word is worth nothing. I'm just saying I don't know you well enough to just go, okay, let's go running off into hell and back,
The things I tell you would make no sense at this moment, which is why I say information is our goal. The more information we gather, the more this will make sense to you.
Well, so far, none of this makes sense. So if you have some information, man, gimme. Because so far, we are running around like headless,
The information I have won't make any sense either. I need to gather more information before I can relay this information to you.
Well, that comes back to full circle. We need to figure out what the hell we're doing here before we try to start making decisions.
To give you a bit of info, you've headed up towards Bremen because there's a lake monster at the moment. That's the key reason you've come to Bremen, at least. You were hoping to find Torga. She happens to not be in this direction by the look of it. Or at least from what you've been told. She's not here. She's left Targos a few days ago.
Whilst we're contemplating our plans, that I propose that we look at hunting down this lake monster to refill the coffers of what we just spent on the sledges and the dogs. Let's top up the coffers.
Let's make our way to where the boats are then.
That makes sense to me. Then. Let's head to the docks.
Dog sleds are ours. They're not rented, are they?
You get to keep them, but that's why they're so expensive. But it is expensive to feed them. Basically, your living costs double, so you're talking like a few gold a day.
You know what will help feed them dogs for a while? A sea monster.
Sea monster meat. Yeah, no, I agree then.
Yeah, okay.
To the docks. I mean, the docks in Torkos weren't any help.
So you've gone here. Your plan is to go straight to the docks of Bremen, then, yeah?
Shall we find the tavern first?
It's like the tavern.
We have been traveling. It wouldn't be a bad idea to warm up.
Okay,
I have a price on its head.
So there is, funnily enough, in Bremen, you'll find out soon when you find the right people. In Bremen, there is 150 people and 6 taverns.
Jesus.
Harold, it's your kind of town.
6 isn't enough.
So there is a place in the centre of town, I'm just going to tell you because it's easier, called the 5 Tavern Centre. There's 5 taverns that all face one another. Let me see if I can find the names for you. When you've got 6 tabs that all say Bremen at the top, it doesn't really help.
I don't know about the rest of you, but it sounds like tonight is pub crawl.
So there is Stones, there is Even Keel, there's Rivermouth, and there is Grumpy Moose and the Black-Bearded Brother. They're the 5 different taverns.
Well, is it just me who thinks that there's 5 taverns together and there's one out the way? The one out the way is usually going to have the shadier people in who might know a thing or two.
Tend to agree.
Yeah, this feels like Temple Bar in Dublin, tourist trap, but the good stuff brought back.
Except there's no tourism.
What did you say, Chris? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to the other one?
Yeah, the one that wasn't named, yeah.
I'll go with him.
So the 6th one, the one that was unnamed, is called Buried Treasures and lives on, and it sits on the dock.
Oh, the
irony. It is run. It is run by a lovely little halfling called Dana.
Aww.
That's where I'm heading.
So Frost and I'll head to Buried Treasure.
Okay. Yeah. So you head to Buried Treasure, and you get in, and Dana's buzzing to see somebody that isn't just one of the usual somber faces that live in Bremen. She's over the moon, and she's like, "Hey, travellers!" And she fills your mugs, and she gives you all a pie each, a fruit pie. She says, try this. It's my famous Dimbleberry pie."
I immediately ask, what's this going to cost us?
She says, honestly, nothing. This one's on the house. She's just really excited to see somebody new, to be honest.
As soon as she's handed over, they want to stop it.
Wilfred thanks her and knocks back that pie. Is it any good?
It is literally the best pie you have eaten ever. It's super nice.
Can I have seconds? Don't mind paying for it.
She says, sure. She starts getting you another pie and give her 5-10 minutes, and then she's sliding a steaming hot pie onto your table.
Is there anyone else here?
How many people are in this tavern, Craig?
Literally nobody.
Just us?
Just the barkeep and you.
Well, set up on top of a table in the corner and just kind of keep a beat going. I'm going to pay for my food one way or another. Maybe it'll draw in some other people from the docks if they can hear, oh, hey, live music.
Well, I'm going to ask her about the sea monster that's plaguing Bremen.
Oh, she says, horrible thing it is. You can't get anybody on the lake anymore. All the time, fishermen come back complaining of this thing, bothering them just when they're trying to catch a living, you know? Bit of knuckle-headed trout.
I ask, is there anything that can lure this monster out? We'd potentially be willing to take care of it for you.
Just as literally anyone in a boat seems to lure this thing out, in all honesty. The difficulty is normally we would sacrifice fish for the Frostmaiden, but without fish, we can't make our sacrifice, and the townsfolk, they're scared.
This sounds like a worthy cause.
If you know of a sturdy boat we can use, we'll give it a go. We'll
She
check
says,
it out.
head down the docks. What's his name? Grinsk, I think.
That's it.
He's looking for people to get on the water.
Brimsk with a B.
Grinsk with a G.
Oh shit. And an N.
Before I leave, Craig, I'm going to slide a few gold over to him. I'm going to say, listen, if
Moneybags there.
if talk,
Where's all your gold? I hope you're scrubbing this off as you're sliding it over.
no, so I'm gonna give her 5 gold. I'm gonna say to her, listen. I'm gonna say, if Torg or anybody associated with Torg comes here or near, or you know anything, you know that we'll be down by the docks. Feel free to come and find us.
She says, "Yeah, fine, I will do that. I'm really grateful. Thank you." She says, "Like 5 gold is a lot of money to down a Dimbleberry."
Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking people. I know they're all having a hard time, so the more barkeeps we try and get on our side, the better.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Barkeep network.
Yep.
As-
Go down and see Grinsk.
Okay, fine. So
Before everybody leaves, call. Hey, Wilfred, buddy, come here.
Yeah, what is it?
So, back in Targos, you were telling those guys about the sled boat idea and the pulley system and all that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Before these crazy idiots go trying to take a boat out there and get themselves sunk, maybe talk to them about something we can get the boat out and pull it back, drag this thing closer to land. I don't know about you. I don't think any of them can swim.
That's not a bad idea. So Wilfred's immediately going to get to work drawing out the plan for skids for the boats.
like replicating basically what he'd already shown to somebody else.
Yeah, well, he's
Yeah,
giving that paper
fine.
away, so he's just recalling it from memory.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
Grab one more pie on the way out, compose a limerick in her honor, giggle at her, let her giggle, leave.
Oh, she loves it. She's so impressed. So impressed.
Oh, please. It was Soldier's Doggerel, and I'm sure it's probably bawdy, but you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the docks.
So, the lake around the creaky docks is frozen, forcing fishers to pull their rowboats up onto the ice. Standing between a pair of boats is a stout humanoid in cold weather clothing. A grey hood hides most of the humanoid's face, but you can make out a wide nose and a long, frosty beard. The stout figure stamps their feet, spots you and waves you over. Good, you're here. Get to it, you ingrates. Those fish aren't going to catch themselves.
I think there's some kind of mistake, sir. We're not here to catch fish.
He said, "Did you hear me? The fish aren't going to catch themselves. Get in the boats."
So I heard you fine, Stumpy. Why don't you look at what you're doing and shut the hell up?
Whoa.
The only thing we're here to catch
Roll for
is a
initiative.
monster.
He says, "I don't know what you're talking about. 5 copper pieces for each trout you can give me."
I'll throw a silver at you if you'll shut up and drop trowel.
In this weather, there's bloody ice everywhere.
Yeah, well, it can't be any colder than your attitude.
Listen, obviously, look,
I
I've
am
got a couple
listening.
of
You're
boats here. Do you
speaking
want to get on the
bullshit.
lake or not? I want some fish.
I bet you do. It'll smell like your wife.
He just bloody jerk off. Fucking.
Haha, I win. Are you going to listen now? We're here to help. Jesus.
He's not interested in you.
How about instead
Good.
of some fish, we bring you the head of the sea monster that's plaguing the lake?
Yes. Oh, I just need my fish. I got to earn my keep.
Okay, so he's not interested.
So you
Grumble
don't
under my
want the
breath and
monster
try to
fish?
help you get fish, you fucker.
You don't want the
He-
monster
he-
sorting out, or
He's give us an insight check, all of you that are speaking to him.
I gave up on him, apparently.
Yeah, you're busy bickering with him.
I was trying to get a rise and get him to stop arguing. Apparently, he's not willing to play.
Oh god.
You,
Oh,
you
God.
forgot you have feet.
You fell off the dock.
Whoops.
I drown.
So Wilfred's about the only one that notices that he's clearly not willing to entertain the idea that there's any sort of monster on the lake. Okay.
Anybody else on the dock?
As you're sort of bickering with him, you hear footsteps approaching on the creaky dock. Okay. Another figure covered head to toe in cold weather clothing has joined you from through the snow. The figure wags a gloved finger at the frosty bearded dwarf. She says, "You've got no honour, barrel ball." The newcomer yells, pulling down a woolen muffler to reveal a pale half-elven face. You're sending these innocent people to their deaths, and for what? A few fish? And he grins, replies, "Pay no mind to this rambling fool." And she says, "Did you tell them about the monster?" She says quite quirkily.
Wilfred says, "I don't think he believes the Raven is a monster."
I'm starting to think everybody in this town's insane.
He kind of stamps off and grumbles away out of earshot, and she says, "I'm getting the feeling Grints doesn't really like me very much, or anyone who steps between him and his gold swimming in that lake." She says, "I'm Tali, by the way."
Nice to meet you,
Well,
Tony.
yeah.
My name's Wilfred. Did you say gold swimming in the lake?
Yeah, I mean, he sees those fish as his own personal gold pile. He just wants any old idiot to get on that lake and start fishing for them.
But unwilling to do it himself, I take it.
He's not a fool, you know. He's a
Are
lot
you
of
sure
things,
about
but he ain't
that?
no fool.
I might debate you on that, but this ain't the time or place. Look.
She laughs with you. She completely agrees. She's on board with you. She thinks that's hilarious.
Oh, good. Somebody here with a sense of humor and a brain. All right, good start.
She says, interestingly, she said, "I'm wanting to learn as much as I can about this thing in the water. She said, if you can bring me back any notes or information about it, that would be perfect.
How about a head?
I mean, I'd rather alive than dead, but either way."
Fine, you got a cage big enough for it?
She says, "I don't particularly want it bringing back. I just want to study it. I want to know what it is."
Scholars, so much fun.
Indeed.
Can I just ask, has anybody actually died to this?
Well, a lot of fishers go out there and don't come back. Let's put it that way.
Ah, okay.
How many are we talking?
She says, "Well, it's less and less these days. The more go missing, the less that are willing to even get on the lake." Be right back. I need the toilet.
But I was about to say something.
What was you going to say, Daryl?
Literally, has anyone seen this monster at all? Because it's just people going out and not coming back.
What you're saying is we're going after the Blair Witch.
Basically.
Yeah, something like that.
If he's going to the toilet, I'm getting another water.
Yeah, sounds like a quick $5 in for everyone.
Yep, it's going to take 2 minutes. It was going to take myself.
My brain feels warm.
That sounds like a problem you should probably have checked out. Well, that looks pretty.
I love how Matt Mercer's replied to that tweet, Keith.
It's still my favourite, like, D&D meme, though. At a bar, you see a cloaked, hunched-over figure. He wears a crown made of bone and blade, surrounded by 3 sentient rings of fire. His arm is made of steel. The players, who else is in the tavern? There's a goblin named Sam Smorkel. Let's go talk to Sam Smorkel.
Oh, yeah, well, pick your battles, man. Pick your battles.
Matt Mercer's replied to it, don't go, "I feel this so hard."
I'm sure he does. I think any DM does. I'm just saying, just recently, but again, I'm doing everything I can to point the players at that, and they're pointedly not going. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, this isn't going to be out till 2022, but
What's that?
I mean,
Right. Are we good?
This has just gone toilet as well, I think.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And Daryl's gone to grab a water because he thinks he's dying.
Is he a bit hungover?
I don't
He
think
just-
I know.
He just said it's been a
Interesting.
long
Sensei,
weekend.
bastard.
Yeah. Oh well.
He's gone to find his pecker.
I have bruises on my back from being rammed by someone.
Oh.
You guys I'll let you take that however way you want.
Sounds like Inch's usual weekend, to be honest.
I was in a go-kart at the time. It was great.
Were you getting shotgunned?
I don't know what that means. I don't want to know.
It's more commonly referred to as a reach around, I think.
Keith will explain it to you.
It's when a gay fella stands behind another gay fella, and he starts wanking him off from behind, and then as he's doing it, he starts putting two fingers up his ass at the same time as though he's operating a pump action shotgun.
No. The answer is no.
It's making me laugh at it.
I broke Peter, I think. Peter's
That's
like,
going to be in Peter's recording of his live stream.
yeah, please edit that part of the VOD out.
nope,
Too late.
nope.
YouTube's
It's just
already
the way it is.
deleted my video. Sexual content.
You're being demonetized.
Yeah.
Your video got shotgunned.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are we waiting
I'm back,
for
by the
everybody?
way.
Chris, I think. He's clearly having a massive poo.
Well,
Absolutely.
better than doing that on stream. The stream is apparently not safe for work enough. You don't need to add scat to it, you know.
All I'm going to say is if YouTube demonetizes this video, YouTube's homophobic.
Yeah, I agree.
And I will be suing them for homophobia towards my comments.
You were just informative.
Yep, well, it's a legitimate thing. I was told by a homosexual person.
Which?
And that is true.
Yeah, he said he's done it.
Right, that's Chris back, so yeah. Right, so you were chatting with Tali on the dock.
Just before you left, I asked if anyone. I was asking if anyone had actually seen the monster, or is it just people going and never coming back?
She says the few that return, they make weird tales of it looking like a lizard, like a whale, like a turtle. It's really hard to know. I've got no definitive, and that's the real issue. It's killing my research.
Research?
Yes, she says I've come here to study changes in the climate. But this particular creature, I mean, I heard stories of Bremen. Obviously, I rocked up at Bryn Shander, but then I heard stories that there was a sea monster. So, you know, of course I came here, like any good scholar would do.
You're a scholar?
Absolutely. She said, I've been researching the changing climate, and she says, I think the key actually is held it could be held by elementals. And have you heard of things called chingwas?
As it happens, yes.
She says they're fascinating little things, they are. A little bit mischievous, but, you know, they...
recently saw one get its head bit off.
She looks visibly shocked. Like just stunned. Like, why would you bite its head off?
I mean, you could ask the guy, but he's no longer allowed to tell the tale.
Well, I'm glad to... and that is that by your hand? Well, maybe not yours personally, Chris.
Wow. Yes, it is.
It's just like, it's by the hand of me and my god.
Yeah. She says, well, I'm glad he got the justice he deserves. She says these interesting little creatures could really change the way things work around here, and maybe relieve us. She says, I truly believe they may relieve us from this deep winter.
If you don't know where to find them, we know.
She says that would be. She's just done that. Really? You know.
Yep. If she's a research, who's got the blade?
Me.
Show her it.
She.
No, it's got nothing to do with the Chingwa, so no.
Okay.
Okay. She's a scholar, though. She knows quite a lot of stuff, so it could give us a bit of an insight to help us.
So, she also says, when you ask about this monster, she says, some say it's the size of an ox, others say it's the size of a house. Some say it's more of a fish or a large whale, and others say it looks more like a lizard with scaly skin and a long neck.
Basically, nobody knows nothing.
Someone want to put out a fucking APB for Big Bird?
Yeah, might as well. It's just as good a description as anything else.
Ooh.
Listen, I'm curious, though. What do you mean? I want to ask, what do you mean you think they're going to help with the eternal winter here, but could we maybe go do this somewhere that's not out in the freezing cold?
She says, for sure, I just wanted to warn you that, that this guy's, he's no good. He's been trying to get people on the lake for ages.
Well, let's discuss this more. There's this great little bar right here at the docks.
She says, sure.
Good. Out of the cold. We brought business to our favorite new barkeep. So anyway.
Which, is amazing.
What's her name again, this woman?
The woman that you've just spoke to? Tali. Tali.
No surname.
Let me see if I can find it for you.
And what race does she look to be?
Half elf.
I've got a name, Craig, if you want it.
Have you found it?
Yep. Taliban Shenoth.
Taliban. Are you taking the piss?
Are you serious?
No, right. Taliban.
Right, that's her name from now on.
I mean, she's just called Tali. According to this, just Tali will do.
Taliban will be fine.
Not everybody needs a surname. Don't you fret.
Not Taliban. Talibal.
Oh, okay.
Talibal Shenoth. I just googled Tali. Right with the Frostmaiden, her name just comes up. Talibal Shenoth.
Okay. What are you asking her, Frank?
So, what do you mean you think these little bastards might help with the winter? Because that is definitely something I'm curious about.
She says these things, they're mischievous little elementals. She said, I suspect, I've got reason to believe, I've read a few books about them, that they can change the weather itself. Surely we could get these things to help us.
Do you think if you got enough of them together, they could get rid of all this?
Maybe.
Interesting. Well, that's something to consider. Not gonna lie. Might be easier than dealing with whatever the hell we think we're dealing with here. But alright, so if we're going on a sea monster hunt, lake monster hunt, it's time to plan. Who here can swim? Not that we want to, but let's plan.
She says, she does mention, though, that with the Chingwas, they have the ability to, alter the habitat around them. She said, I'd love to study one up close and just see it at work,
I believe Frost mentioned, hey, we know where some are, so, we can let her know that, at least.
Yeah, she's super grateful to you for that. Absolutely grateful to you for
Chris,
that.
that did that, not me.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry, down.
I'm gonna have a word with Wilfred, and I'm gonna say, listen, instead of us going out on one boat, why don't we see if we can, get a decoy to go out on? Because if the boat's going to get sunk, instead of us all having to swim, maybe we can lure the monster to that boat and rig up some sort of explosion.
There's only 2 boats available, and they only fit 4 people on a boat. So you would need 2.
Okay. I was thinking about sailing one out and like rigging it with something to explode when it comes near the boat. If Wilfred could have done something like that.
Wilfred's out of action at the moment.
Okay.
I'm struggling to think.
You could still do that with a volunteer on the boat.
Well, so I take it what Wilfred is still sketching.
Yes, he's writing everything down.
Okay, then I will clue the rest of the party into the little conversation that he and I had down at the docks back in Targos with the sled boat and the pulley system, and kind of mention that he might be working on something like that would help us get a boat out there, but pull it back towards shore without risking all of our lives out on the freezing ice and water. So that you're caught up on that.
She says as well, look, I can't offer you much more than my gratitude, but if you could, write down any information you learn about the nature of this monster. She said, if we know what's out there, the people of Bremen would feel much safer, and well, it bears the potential to be awfully interesting.
Well, if we live through this, I'm sure we'll be happy to let her know whatever we know.
All right. What's the plan then?
Right now, I'm waiting to see what Fizzlebang here comes up with, and the rest of us. What do we feel like we need to try and handle something like this?
I asked the scholar before she leaves. Does anybody happen to know what its favourite food is? Those that have returned, have they said anything about what it prefers or is interested?
She says, I assume, living in a lake, fish, knuckle-headed trout, by any chance?
Does this town have any fish for sale, given the drought they're going through with fishing?
Nope. They can barely sustain their meager population at the moment because they're barely able to get on Mare de Walden, and they make everything out of knuckle-headed trout. Stew, soup, dinners, everything. It's just, and they even use the bones of the knuckle-headed trout for fashioning stuff by the hand of scrimshanders and the like.
Wilfred has just about finished drawing out the plans for a boat with skids and even a brake.
Okay, great. So you're proposing that we make adjustments to our boats so that they've got skids to get across the ice a bit easier.
It'll be perfect for a montage.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a montage.
Building montage.
So yeah,
montage.
It takes about an hour, but you manage to fashion some rudimentary skids onto these boats. Can you make a perception check?
Who?
Whoever's fixing the skids to the boat.
I'm supervising. Somebody else is doing the fixing.
Oh, the classic, site supervisor over there.
Yeah.
He did the work to design it.
I'm just criticizing everybody's work.
Inch, do you want to make me a perception check, mate? I want to watch you chuck those dice.
Well, is it just a D20?
Yep. Plus perception.
Plus your wisdom bonus.
I got 12. I don't know. Where is it? Is it frozen?
What's your wisdom bonus, and then +2 if you're proficient in
it? Wisdom bonus or attributes. Where the fuck is wisdom on here? Oh, wisdom is 8.
So no bonus there.
Oh, bad.
And do you have a check mark by perception?
Perception. I have. Yes, I do.
So you get +2 because you're proficient in it. So 14.
So his grand total is +1, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. So you notice there is a big bite mark out of the front of the the boat.
Hang on, you need a. There's a massive bite mark out of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Let's fix it.
Grinsk is getting a bit grumbly with you now. He's like, "Listen, I just want to get me some fish. Just get on the lake. It's fine. It's just a
down,
couple of
Prince.
ice floes." Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna sort out your damn monster, and you can have
Wait.
all the fish you can get.
He's not listening to the fact that you keep mentioning a monster. He's absolutely not having any of it.
Alright, he's obviously in on it. Let's get out there and kill us some monsters, eh?
Resist
He says-
the urge to hit him with vicious mockery.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm resisting the urge to hit him with vicious mockery.
Who's going on which boat?
Are we not all going on the same boat?
You can't
No.
go on.
Well,
You gotta hold 4 each boat.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's why we have 2.
Yeah, so I have 2.
Da-dum.
We're doing
Okay.
2 groups of 3.
I'll go on the first boat.
Is there any way just to... I was going to say, I'll jump on the first boat.
Inch, why don't you join me on Frost's boat? Wilfred, Dagnar, and
aren't we attaching some pulleys to the boat with sleds on it?
That'll take too much time. Let's go.
yeah, I was going
We
to say
need a
that.
healer on each boat.
Okay, dokes.
I show them how to use the brake. You basically
Oh.
pull the wood piece, and it stops.
Dear. Okay.
Inch is a Goliath. He just puts a hand down and it'll stop the damn boat.
Let me see if I can get you this map. Let's see. I uploaded it before, so
I
come
don't
on
like
in.
that oh dear from Craig.
I don't like the fact that we've left a bite mark in the front of the boat.
Oh yeah, who's in the bitten boat and who's in the normal one?
I'm in the non-bitten boat.
I'm in...
It's a policy I've got.
Right, hang on a minute. Let me get the map up. I'm just trying to find
How do you want the boat bitten?
because you've seen it.
Okay.
So let's pull some tokens on.
The darkness of the deep.
Someone go die.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. So we
We've
got
come to hunting you again.
Brahma, Daemora, and Dagnar on one boat. Frost, Inch, and Wilfred on another. Are you guys happy with that?
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so you sail out onto the lake, and it's relatively uneventful. So you now hit the water and are actually sailing. Who's going to be the helmsman for each boat?
I'll do it for us.
Wilfred's going to operate the brake because
Actually, let Inch do it because he's the strongest.
Yes.
Who do I have on my boat? Duragar and Asamir and myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who wants?
Nope.
Anyone
Nope.
want to take?
Nope.
Okay. Who's going to be the helmsman then? Inch, and who's going to be the helmsman for the other boat?
What class are you?
Sorcerer.
No one's asking that. Who's
No,
going to be the helmsman?
Well-
Wilfred's going to be our helmsman.
I'll be the helmsman for ours then.
Helmsman.
You're doing it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, can you give me 3 wisdom checks consecutively? And Inch, you were going to helmsman that one, so can you give me 3 in a row, please, and tell me what the
Okay.
score is for each?
I'll just do this. Fucking
Say a
through
wisdom
the
saving
system's
throw,
pain in the
please.
ass.
Just a wisdom check, please. So just add your wisdom bonus to it.
Okay, I just want to click on wisdom. It says ability check or saving throw, so ability check. Okay.
Ability check, yeah.
Oh, it's a nat one.
So I got 1. Oh wait, no, I got 9.
You got the 9.
8.
You
I
said
rolled a
do
9.
3 times.
3 in a... Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
And
So
then
that makes up for
a
some.
20, Craig.
Yep.
And then the third one
We're going to die.
is
9, 6, and a 12.
I got a 4, a 23, and a 17.
Okay.
The actual result.
An inch, you got what? 5, 11.
No, I
Oh.
got 9, 6, and 12.
Yeah, but you're -1
Yeah.
on the wisdom.
Oh yeah.
8, 5, and
The results are in the
Chuckles,
chat.
I'm in danger.
Boys, our boat's the boat to be on.
I also have danger sense.
Uh-huh. So when you have to make a dexterity saving throw, you have advantage, right, for area of effect, I think?
Yeah.
Against effects that you can see, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you're on the lake. You bump through a couple of fairly nasty ice flows and start to kind of smash around. Like, there's ice everywhere, and it's really quite dangerous and difficult to navigate. And the boats, I'll be honest, they've seen better days now, to be honest with you. As you crunch through these ice flows, and what is this? Dear me. And okay, so yeah, you start. So you get to around the middle of the lake, and all is very, very quiet. Can you make a perception check, please?
Both of the helmsmen or just Inch?
Literally, I think we'll do group checks. So the 3 on Inch's boat. Can you all make perception, please?
Fuck's sake.
That.
Perception.
Mhm.
Inch is looking up into the night sky.
Good. Look,
Okay.
sky.
So
I've got my Zuzu homunculus flying around and giving me help action with advantage.
okay.
So there it is again. Take the 19.
Thanks for pointing that out. You guys see a rather large creature drifting through the water. There's a silhouette under the water moving that's darker than the other places in the lake.
What direction?
Over here.
Do you need us to do perception
Which
checks?
way is north?
please,
Craig? I
yeah.
know that sounds like a stupid question, but on that map, which way is north?
Straight up.
We should really have rolled them dice one at a time. 'Cause I didn't realise that the dice can knock into each other and affect.
Bramar's boat don't see it at all. It drifts through the water. So it's only you guys on the southern boat that see.
So I'm gonna scream over, Brahma to the east!
Okay.
Then I will actually. In that case, let me pop dancing lights out. Get him over the area, kind of where he's pointing out. Maybe they'll help people see, and maybe they'll attract this thing's attention.
So you look in that direction, and a knuckle-headed trout dives out of the water and almost hits you, flies over the boat and hits the water on the other side.
I catch it.
No, you don't, because it's not your boat.
Oh, sorry.
I catch it though.
Yeah, you don't.
Okay, fair.
Have you ever tried catching a jumping fish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not easy.
Every day.
Every day, AP. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
That's your missus's fanny doesn't count.
Yeah, oh. Wah, wah.
Too far.
Keep the lights out.
It's
where,
really not in this group, Peter.
Oh, I suppose.
keep
Okay.
the lights over the water where Frost was kind of pointing out.
What's everyone kind of thinking of doing? I'm going to roll another check
We
for you.
haven't seen anything, so we're just looking around in the. I'm looking around in the water trying to see what
Okay.
pointed out.
So, ripples disrupt the surface of the lake, causing your boat to start bobbing and weaving from side to side. A large mass glides through the water as a dark, mysterious creature lurks below. Can somebody do an intelligence check, please?
I will.
Okay.
That's not good for us.
Yep.
So anyway, about that.
Yeah.
Can I cast Hunter's Mark on it?
You can't see it clearly enough. Your vision is obscured. You can't actually see what it is.
Wilfred's been eating too many pies.
Let's have a look. So
Can't
let me
argue
just
with
roll this. So it seems to it swims around and then takes off quite quickly towards the north. What do you want to do?
Follow it.
Yep.
Right, who's rowing?
I would assume everybody for the most part.
Yeah. Everyone grabs an oar.
Group athletics check, please.
Oh.
We
Oh,
jump to
God.
boats at different times, or
Do it, Bob, then.
I guess I'm getting my homunculus to roll the other one.
I've also got the
Hang on, I need to
natural
do mine.
athlete ability as well, Craig.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
$12 for me.
Okay. What are you planning on doing? So you've managed to keep up with it unbelievably.
Well, see, this was the whole planning idea. We're out here.
Yeah.
Now what? Nobody has harpoons or nets or
I've
any
got
idea.
javelins.
Javelin will
Oh.
do.
So it
Hope for the
It's-
best.
it swims up to the northern boat and splashes loads of water into the boat. A massive fin comes out of the water and splashes you on the boat.
does anyone recognise what it is based off of what we've seen?
Nope, not yet.
Cool.
Anybody want to do anything?
Other than bailing the water out that's been pushed into the boat.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
is
that.
its fin visible?
Yeah, its fin comes above water and just bursts loads of
I cast
water
Firebolt on
into the
it.
boat.
Shit!
Okay.
Fine, Peter.
Okay. Good luck, guys. Well done, Peter. It spins round very quickly, bursts from the water, and smashes its whole body weight onto your boat.
Okay,
Okay.
now that, real quick, since it's come up out of the water, how big is this thing?
Massive. Size-wise, let me just check. 2 seconds.
Is our boat sinking now?
It's about to, yeah.
It's not a
Yup.
boat anymore, it's fucking cinder.
Kindling.
Yep.
Because your boat is pretty broken, to be honest with
But I
you.
missed, so it didn't know.
Well, it happened to Peter's boat, right? Not ours, so we're good.
We're on the same boat as Peter.
Oh,
You're on the
fuck.
boat with Peter.
Yeah, I checked that straight away.
I was like,
It's a large beast.
It's only large.
It's
Oh yeah, it's
large.
only large. It's only large.
It's
yeah,
alright,
not-
Peter, because you're about to drop into freezing cold water with no room on another boat for you.
I've got winter
So good
clothes.
luck. Good luck.
I've got winter clothes that will make you drown quicker.
I hope you've got a backup character.
do we have time for an action when this is happening? If it's happening?
So I will just drag its token onto the map for you. Bear with me.
You
2
can all
seconds.
cringe.
And we're going to roll for initiative after that.
Are we not
I also
supposed to
have-
before it crashes onto the boat.
I have
Nope.
natural cold resistance.
You said I'm going to fire a firebolt at it.
Yeah,
Nothing
surprise
more.
attack.
So
That was
Yeah.
your action.
and now it's retaliating.
I hate you, Peter. You're dead to me.
That's not how
Wait.
surprise attack works.
Let's have a look.
Well, if you want to be technical, it wasn't a surprise. We knew it was there.
We were. It knew you were there. It wasn't surprised.
Right. So he got his action.
Yeah.
We were
And it-
surprised. We didn't. You probably shouldn't have gotten the firebolt off, but
Let
I
me
can,
just
you know.
check how much damage it does to your boat. Oh Jesus. Okay. Your boat,
Why are you saying things like this, Craig? Who hate you?
your boat is unbelievably still floating, but it's in a very bad way.
Just saying, you've seen Titanic. Technically, the door was floating at the end too. That doesn't.
I
count.
turn around and give.
That's pretty
Wilfred.
much it. Yeah.
I turn around and give Wilfred a crack at the back of the head and call him an idiot.
Eh,
If Craig makes you roll a strength check, I'm gonna be really pissed off.
Please
I'm
make me
trying to
roll a
find this
strength
stupid bloody
check.
begging for it.
PvP's not
begging
allowed.
for it.
So it smashes through your boat. Okay. And
Oh my god, look at fucking size of it on
It's
that
a
now.
plesiosaurus.
Well,
yes, it
beg
is.
him,
Yeah.
please, and see what happens.
You probably shouldn't have wound it up, eh, Peter?
Oh, we'll just play
What?
with it.
Yeah, I cast Firebolt straight away. That's
You,
what
Peter.
it is.
I was just.
You said, what you guys doing? And everybody's like, nothing.
I wasn't trying to be racist. It was a joke.
Can we all roll for initiative, please?
That'll
Craig's
Fucking no.
I can't
Craig's
find
going fingers deep again.
Where's
I'm doing it physically.
There.
I noticed.
I got an 18.
You did.
You're gonna have to roll it in the game as well, though. And then Craig will have to change it.
And I will have to amend it. Yeah.
What is it with rolling?
Oh, close to what I got.
Initiative.
Craig. Initiative.
So it's plus 1.
Initiative.
So I got
The
19.
shit's going down.
Update
Peter.
combatant.
What's wrong?
So 18 plus 1, Craig.
There you go. I've put you up there. So it smashes through the boat, and away we go. So let's start combat.
Here comes the music.
After this, I'm just going to be someone like go to Peter. Who is thy who is so wise in the way of science?
So Frost, you're first to react. So it goes crunching through your boat now. And yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark,
Mm-hmm.
and then I am going to
Look, Dick.
shoot it with me bow.
Can I
Okay.
get a stream of someone apart from Craig?
Yeah, with all the
Can I-
everything up.
Can I stream at the same time as...
No.
I can't find me bow in me.
Inventory.
Yeah.
Look under
That's weird.
actions. See if you've got it.
No, got it.
Won't
Well,
it take
you
you an
can,
action
Sean.
to change weapon?
Chris, don't private message me if you're gonna say that. Say it out fucking loud.
Okay.
Peter's, is he about to Peter's the monk?
Oh yeah!
Oh, cheer. Yeah, you can, Inch. I've got
Eat
both
that
on my
fucking
screen.
Plesiosaurus.
I need to take the nameplate off because I don't like the fact that you can see what it is.
Craig, just kill him.
I'm gonna kill Peter for that, the fucking idiot.
I have no idea what happened, but killing
You're
Peter
just a
sounds
guide, Craig. You're not supposed to want to kill
When in
anyone.
doubt, right? When in doubt.
When in doubt, kill Peter.
Lake monster, it's out that picture coming up. Fuck.
Is it just me?
Okay.
Does that monster look like it's popped out of the thing? They're just like, surprise butt sex!
I'm like, oh yes.
Motherfucker.
Oh, I'm looking at Peter like, you fucking what?
You fucking what? I've taken 10 of you, yeah, bruv?
Right, so
So-
I crit it, Craig.
You crit, roll your damage then.
And then I need to roll. Big stacks!
Giant
Fucking
monster
hell.
Ross just goes, yeah, whatever, I got this.
One
Dick.
arrow.
With an arrow that flies true, worthy of Legolas himself, you hit the beast square in the neck and it lets out a roar.
I mean,
As
at that
you,
range, you didn't need to shoot him. Just reach up and stick him with the arrow.
yeah, he did not like that. Whew. Holy fucking shit.
That was, not gonna lie, that was slightly sexy.
I
Okay.
have a job for you right now.
Alrighty then, here we go. So
I shall fuck you, creature of horror.
you shoot it, but can you make a perception check for me?
Is that
Yep.
Keith?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh my god.
No, you shoot it. Brahma, you're next.
Ah.
Glory to failure.
It's that easy.
I don't see shit. I hit break, but I don't see shit. Okay, well,
I don't
Oh,
see
that's
shit,
like when
but
you
my
get a
asshole
quadrikill on.
is
That's like when
disappearing.
you get a penta on Smite Down and then they get killed by a fucking jungle camp.
He knows what that feels like.
Oh.
we're serious. Try to keep this thing from fighting back. We'll cast a bane on it.
This is the first time I've had my PC on in over a week.
Well,
And the first thing he did was bang one out.
Yeah. To that double 8 roll from a nat 20.
Well, you weren't alone, Sean.
What is it? So DC 12. What is it? Is it charisma?
DC 12, and as long as I keep the concentration up, he's got minus D4 to every attack roll.
It passes.
Of course. With no charisma, an ugly thing, it passes. Motherfucker. Next.
Yeah, the dice can be like that sometimes,
Yes,
Frank,
they
I'm
can.
afraid.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
So, Inch.
I'm going to do this in game because this is tedious right now.
Okay.
I'll turn off my camera. There we go.
Oh,
Mate,
Shut up,
I've
Daryl.
stretched that to fit the screen. What the fuck?
So I'm actually going to do a attack with my great axe.
Yep.
Ah!
And then I need to click on the dice, right, to roll it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's not a hit. So you swing at it, and it moves out of the way and submerges itself back in the water.
We've just all given up after watching that great arrow shot.
Okay.
I'd give up as well.
He takes a shot back at you guys.
I'm just there. Like, get good, noobs.
Wait, hang on. He's left the boat with no with no triple opportunity attack.
So he shut up, Peter. He attacks the
You
boat
fucking metagame and clear.
and basically comes back around, but you've obviously hurt it so bad that he's struggling to muster the strength to do much more, and just kind of rocks the boat again, and your boat sways in the water. Wilfred,
Rock the boat. So is he still on the boat or what?
he's in the water now, underneath the boat.
Wilfred is going to.
If I hear the word firebolt, you're going in. You're fucking going
You're
overboard.
going in the water. Get in the sea.
Wilfred is going to ready an action firebolt
Repair the boat, dickhead.
with the trigger being if this thing attacks again.
Okay. So if it surfaces again, you're going to firebolt
No, if
its
it
ass.
attacks us.
Okay. Dagnar Thum.
I'm going to ready an action that if it surfaces, I'm going to guiding bolt it.
Okay.
The heat's off me now.
Daemora.
feels like we're preparing something. I'm going to ready an action to chaos bolt it if it surfaces.
I mean, it's near the surface of the water. If you want to fire on it, you can.
Fuck it, I'll chaos bolt it.
Okay.
I can't remember how to actually do that.
On your character sheet, go to spellbook.
Or actions.
Okay.
Highlight the bit that says noob.
Oh,
And then
I'm
press
to the end of the initiative. Can I change my readied action?
Hold on a minute,
It
Sean.
remains until your next turn.
Okay.
I don't. The attack got 20.
Yeah, you hit me.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
You hit it with a chaos bolt for 9 points of damage of either cold or psychic.
Well, it's got this extra D6
And
thing. at the bottom, I
D6,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
13.
And either what? Cold or
Psychic.
let's go for
Okay.
psychic. Yeah,
Psychic.
we're in an ice lake, so yeah, psychic.
Psychic! Psychic!
The cold is worth a shit here.
Yeah, if it suffers from cold, it might be in trouble, I'll be honest.
I have attacked it with cold. It would just look at you funny.
Okay, and next in the list, yeah, you hit it, and it doesn't like it at all. So you won't get it. Frost.
I'm going to shoot it again with my longbow.
Okay.
I feel bad.
Craig just sitting there like, you go and learn today.
Booyah! Booyah!
That rolled onto a 19. Damn it. Yeah.
Oh no.
And me D6 off me Hunter's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Booyah!
I'm getting the full cinematic experience here. I'm sitting there watching it on my 4K
Okay.
screen.
So you hang on a minute.
In, shut it off.
How much did you do? 14.
Hey, I'm done. It's back on.
So it is. Sorry, bud.
Okay. Yep, it's still alive, Brahma.
Did it break the surface when he attacked?
No, it's close enough to the surface for you to visibly see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if he's under the water, he can't hear me. That is irritating. So, see if we can at least get him.
I love that you're going to clash vicious mockery on a plesiosaurus.
They don't have to understand me; they just have to hear me.
I know, it's just funny, the idea.
It's fucking hilarious.
You are a snail!
You smell like my ex-wife. You know. Okay, well, in that case, we're gonna throw sleep at it.
Okay.
See if perhaps. Hold on. Can I reposition that?
How come we've all come up once he
Yeah,
casts
yeah.
sleep?
Yeah, I was gonna say because it hit everybody and it shouldn't have.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. You want it just on the plessy, so that's fine.
I
Yeah.
can't seem to figure
I mean,
out how
I don't
to-
see any harm in putting Peter to sleep, to be quite honest, at this point.
I mean,
It
I'll
might
do
help
that.
you
I'll
in
do that
fact.
without the fucking spell.
I thought we came to fight the monster.
But he does get. No, I don't think he does actually.
Can
my
you do me?
God.
Can you do me a perception check, Frank?
I certainly can.
Oh no!
Somebody pass this perception check.
Can
16.
you please?
Okay. You see that the beast's eyes glow with a strange blue, similar to that of Frost and Sefek, as its eyes slowly
wonderful.
close, and it just drifts, basically, and it sleeps in the water. I don't know how a fucking plesiosaur would sleep.
It puts its-
Anyone want to chip in there?
Like sharks, it would continue swimming slowly or something to keep water going through its
Can I do
gills.
my ready action now? Because I said as soon as it surfaced.
Yeah, if you want.
Well, I was going to say, I'll yell out at that point, get a rope around it.
Ooh,
Is it asleep?
have rope.
Yeah, but it's going to wake up if you hurt it. Get a rope around it before you do anything. At least we can lock it down, drag it somewhere.
It's still your
something.
turn, though, isn't it? I've got rope. I can rope its bitch ass, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll
Right.
rope it to our boat though, because we've got more health on our boat.
Craig, this shit sounds like metagaming.
It does, doesn't it?
It really does.
It sounds like a second
Well,
plesiosaur needs to
hold
come
on, hold on,
slam
hold on.
the next
So-
boat.
It really does.
Does rope
Okay, you bring your second plesiosaur, I will bring the
fuck's
crits
sake, does rope count as an attack? Will rope
No,
wake
no.
it up?
No.
So can
No.
we
You
throw
shake
rope
it or
around
slap
it and
it
pull
away,
it to
yeah.
shore?
Yeah, if that's
It-
what you want to do.
Yeah,
How
let's
long
do
does sleep last, Frank?
I was going to say, it's only going to sleep for like a minute. So we need to get this done and be aware you shake it around too much, it'll probably wake back up.
Well, even
But-
once we've got the
Rope
rope
it.
around it, if it does wake up, we can still kill it with the rope around it and still take it back dead.
Yeah, but
Why
that's
does
my
it-
point. Get the rope on
Yeah,
it
get the rope
first.
around it now.
All
Why
right.
does your character know that it's going to be a minute?
Yeah, it's my spell.
Yeah,
I
you
know
would
it
know
lasts.
that.
Oh,
You
okay
would
then.
know that.
Okay, then.
So
Yeah, I'm telling it's only a minute. Get the rope on it.
Have we got backseat DMing going on here, Sean?
have you ended your turn now, Frank? Or
Yeah, I'm done. Go for it.
so my
Hey, look,
next,
it's
right?
6 against 1 at the moment.
Yep.
So rope has 2 hit points. It said can be burst with a D17 strength check. What's that mean?
It doesn't even make a check at the moment, Inch, because you're just roping it up. It's asleep. It
So-
means that if it breaches a 17 strength, then it will break free.
Okay. So I've roped it up. Can we start pulling it towards shore? How long will that
Yeah, yeah.
take us?
I mean, I would say you probably. I'd say you can get to at least the ice within a
Okay,
minute, but not
alright.
off the lake entirely.
I can,
So let's
I
get
can
to the
throw
ice
one
then.
more sleep on it if we need to.
Yeah, let's get to the ice. So I've roped it, and we're all gonna row towards the ice.
Okay, yep. Fine. So you do that and you drag it up towards the ice. And the problem is your boats, obviously, you can lift out because of the skis, but the plesiosaur is extremely heavy. Extremely heavy.
Even for a Goliath to pull.
It's massive, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a huge creature.
Okay.
Can you all
Just give its head on the
collectively
ice.
make a strength check if you wanna
Mhm.
if you wanna lift it off out of the water?
I get Zuzu to help.
It can't help. It's a mechanical wasp.
Yeah, but it gives me the help action.
No,
How is it
I'm
helping
not
you?
giving you that. I'm not giving a mechanical wasp.
I'm just coming
giving
in
you
with the
help
nat 20s, Craig, everywhere here.
Let's have a look.
You should see. I wish I had a webcam. You should see what I'm doing in the room. I'm giving it to Usain Bolt and everything.
3. All right, half of you passed, and because there was a nat 20 in there, I'm going to give you drag it up onto the ice, but yeah, you can tell it's starting to stir and awaken.
While it's on the ice, let's bind its mouth together and stuff. So let's just.
All right, fucking Steve Irwin.
Mhm. No,
Let Peter do that.
Let me do what?
Bind its mouth because he
Yeah,
said to you, Steve Irwin.
let's
So I was
get
like,
it more.
let Peter do it. Frank, deactivate the spell.
Let's get it more.
Oh, it wears off. It wears off.
All right.
Oops.
Am I doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use my spell wrought tattoo to cast animal friendship on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you cast animal friendship on it while it's asleep. I'm just going to check how long animal friendship takes.
I get one of these knuckle-headed trout and take a bite out of it myself, and then I hand it to the animal as I whisper a spell of animal friendship, and instantly the creature calms. It doesn't take the food, but it regards you differently, friendly.
Oh shit.
Betterly.
Friend!
And then I hand it a mojito.
Can it actually speak to you? It can't, can it?
Not animal friendship, no.
No.
Okay, so you do this. That's very good, Peter. Inspiration for that, mate.
Yes. Redeemed.
So this plesiosaur sits on the ice, and Peter stands in front of it. He's trying to tame it, basically, and make
just
it
so you know,
friendly.
Craig, the spell fails if the creature's intelligence is more than 4.
More than 4.
DM.
Interesting.
You're
This
not
one.
helping.
Roll me a D100, Peter.
Oh,
Wilfer's getting eaten.
What the fuck's a D100?
The D10 and like
2
D10s. But one's got like 10s, 20s.
42, we got the meaning of life!
Fucking hellage. Yeah, so you're fine. It wakes, so it begins to wake up and starts to panic a little bit that its mouth is tied and you've tied it, basically. What are you gonna do?
He's gonna say, I rolled the meaning of life, the universe.
Peter, he's your mate. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You're attacking your mate.
I'm gonna carry on feeding him this this fish.
So are you? Hang on a minute. Are you a single knuckle-headed trout won't last long for a plesiosaur, mate. You might need a handful.
It's my friend now. It doesn't matter.
How are you feeding it fish with its mouth tied closed?
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Shoving
ask.
it up its nose.
Is the rest of it tied up?
You've noosed it and then just, tied it. Or we're going to tie its mouth closed. Have you opted against the mouth tie?
Animal friendship lasts 24 hours. Metagaming. So.
You're allowed to tell me the duration of the spell without it being metagaming.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna look at everybody else, give him a nervous laugh, and then untie him completely.
Okay.
And just keep like a bridle, not a bridle, but just keep the rope like a lead around its neck.
Does anyone speak Aquan?
Where would that be under?
Languages.
You
I was
won't
about to say that.
No, I've got common, Gnomish, and Dwarvish.
Where the fuck is languages on this character sheet?
It's in the
under languages.
Oh,
it's
the likelihood is no one will. I think
it's under background.
We'll look under attributes on the left side where
What
you
was
see
it?
like sizes, whatever.
What was it, Craig?
Aquan.
No.
Is comprehend languages level 1 spell?
I can't remember if it is or isn't.
Don't recall.
It is.
Look it up.
I would have to drop the. Do you drop the spell if you can't? You don't drop the spell if you cast another one, do you?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you'd be doing shitloads in a row, wouldn't you? Just like, look at all my level 1 spells I can do with the spell wrought tattoo.
I'll tell you now, spell wrought tattoo is broken.
It seems it.
I actually can, but I won't because I don't want to ruin your game.
Go on.
So.
If you want to do comprehend languages, go for it.
All right. I reinfuse the spell wrought tattoo and cast comprehend languages. So for the duration, I understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear. I also
That
understand
can't
the
be
written
legit.
language, but I must be touching the surface on which the words are written. Shit.
Whoops.
Comprehend. So it's not.
Hang on. Literal meaning
It's
of any
written word.
spoken language that you hear.
That's weird. And then touching the surface.
That's for written language.
That's for written.
That's for written.
Okay.
It doesn't record secret messages.
So
Right.
the plesiosaur is friendly to you. It's absolutely terrified of Keith.
Oh.
Keith's been beating it up.
Or Pterosaurus.
Wilfred's gonna ask, "What's your name? Do you understand me?"
You haven't. It doesn't understand what you're doing. It just kind of gives its best. What I can only assume is like a raptor bark, that noise that they make. I'm assuming that's what a plesiosaur does as well.
One more time for good measure.
Deal with a head cold.
Hang on, boys. Craig's just getting pegged by the sound of it.
Message from the dark side. There is.
Beyblade, let it rip.
Fucking hell. Right. Well, I'm not sure what to do now. I can understand what it's saying.
No, you can't, can you? I thought it was for written languages.
No, it's
No, any spoken language that he hears.
Fine. Give me 2 seconds. I will tell you what it's saying.
What? It's written down. Here's the
Let's have a
plesiosaurus
look.
dialogue.
It's actually written down.
Fair enough.
It just says, it says, I don't want to die. It says it's panicking at the moment. Obviously, you can't say anything back. It's really panicking. It just says, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
I'm gonna give it a hug.
Okay.
I hug its neck.
Can I cast heal on it, Craig?
Yeah, okay. You want to heal it?
I hate you.
Okay.
This is gonna fucking backfire.
I'm gonna walk over and cure wounds it.
Okay.
It is.
Cast spell.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
10 health back.
Okay, yep, you heal it for 10 health. And again, it starts to then regard you as a friend because it feels better as you've healed it and it's feeling better. And it says to Peter, it says, I've been given this gift. I am living, it's sentient. It can actually, it can speak to you. Basically, you can hear it in your mind, but obviously you can't communicate back in a language that it knows.
Would I be able to write if I can comprehend written language?
It cannot comprehend written language. It can speak to you. It has the ability to speak. It says.
I point at my eyes and I point at his eyes.
Yep. So it says it gives you the name Ravison.
Oh God.
Ravison and Vernis. Two names. And Vernis.
I'm saying all this to the party, by the way, as it's speaking.
Yeah, she says. It says she told me I must disrupt the fishermen. I used to just swim around this lake and eat fish.
Can you kind of signal at the boat?
She said that.
Can you signal at the boat, then at us, and do a no gesture to see if it understands no more?
I do that.
What was the other name, Craig? Robinson and what?
Vernis.
Mm-hmm.
Bernice. Yeah, I do that.
Mm-hmm.
I point at the boats and just do like an X sign with my arms.
It kind of nods, sort of, and cheers, Frank. I'll look that up after just to be sure.
Yeah.
It kind of gets it. Just what you're trying to say, it doesn't that you don't want to fight, so it relaxes a little bit, but it starts to panic that it says, "I don't want it to take it away. I don't want to be a stupid beast again." it doesn't know what to do. It feels obligated to do as it's told because it's been given this gift, and you see that its eyes glow in the same way that Keith's as well.
Approach it, Craig.
Okay.
I'm going to bend down in front of it.
And say what?
I'm going to say, where is Ravison?
It says, I don't know. I live in this lake.
Where was you given the gift?
Right here. She came to me on the harbour.
Wait, they can understand each other.
Well,
Okay,
I'm just
well,
giving you the
I'm going
information.
to speak through
Alright.
Peter.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Peter to
Through
ask
a
it.
relay. Yeah.
I
Gone
do
well outside
interpretive
any
dance.
rules.
My bad, sorry.
I do interpretive dance as Keith speaks.
You recognise that this beast has been awakened, basically, by something. Yeah, clearly, this woman named Ravison, I suppose.
I asked Peter
Yeah.
to ask how long ago did it awaken.
I point at my wrist.
Like,
Because it knows a watch.
it knows what a watch is.
That's a fucking
Like
watch.
I know what
That's
a
a
watch
you-
is.
Lads, that's the universal sign for watch. Don't be giving him shit. Everybody knows that, even plesiosaurs of the lake. It doesn't really comprehend like the measure of time, mate, to be honest.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic as a ritual. That is actually on my spell list.
Okay.
So what are we doing for okay, so in the 10 minutes between now and him getting the ritual out.
Yep.
What okay. I hate to be the one that always brings this up, but what's our end game here? I don't know what the hell's going on. I can't talk to the fish, but
Yep.
I can tell the glowing eyes and Frost, you and I really need to fucking talk soon because this is starting to piss me off. But let's get to that in a minute. What are we doing about the fish right now? Are we killing it? Are we letting it go? Are we leashing it to something? Somebody that's talking to the fish, can you figure this out? Because it's fucking cold. I don't know why no one notices that.
Yeah. Good point.
There's
but
a
it's
lot going on
cold.
right now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
what's going on right now as far as those of us that aren't talking to the fish is it's really fucking cold and we don't know what we're doing. So are we killing the fish? Are we letting it go? What's going on? Because if we're gonna kill it-
I suggest, can someone run and get the scholar?
Sure. I can't talk to fish anyway. I'll go get Tolly. So I'm gonna. We're at the ice, right? Let me grab one of the boats. I'm scooting off towards the docks and trying to find Tolly.
I'll go with Brahma.
Oh, good. The one I don't trust. That sounds great. Let's go, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's go, you glowing-eyed bastard. What's up? All right, so we headed off to go get Tolly.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
however long that takes, and however long, if it's less than 10 minutes, let me know.
Oh,
we'll be back. Otherwise,
Yeah. It's like it takes you like a few minutes to get back across the ice to the dock, basically.
okay. Well, we get that. Look, is she? Where did we bother setting up a place to meet up with her? Is she waiting, watching this? I mean,
She's
she was
around the
curious.
She purposely hangs around the docks to tell people not to go on the lake because there's a lake
Good.
monster. That's
Good.
why
Then we-
Chris doesn't like her because she fucking dismisses plans to go fishing, basically.
And then when we get up there, holler for her.
So yeah, she comes out of your favorite bar down at Dimbleberry's little place and like comes running down and goes, "What is it? What is it?" She said, "Have you got any notes for me? What's going on?"
Get in the boat, loser. We have the monster here. Come on.
Get in the boat, loser. Wow. She's like,
We're going shopping.
okay. She gets in and just
I
You
don't
guys go.
call her loser. I don't call her loser. I'm just
You
get in the boat,
go.
girl. We got
Feel
the
the
monster.
rhythm.
Come on.
Feel a rhyme. Come on, Jamaica, it's bobsleigh time. As you run across the ice.
There you go. And we'll push off back to our erstwhile party.
Mornings.
Yeah.
I've never heard that quoted in D&D before.
Nicely done.
I mean, you built a bobsled effectively.
That is true.
Oh yeah, no. I vote inspiration for the DM for that one. That was well done.
Thank you, guys. Right, so yeah, you ski across, and she starts to see it in the distance as you approach, and her eyes just widen. She's literally moist at the sight of the sea.
Whoa.
Oh,
She,
good. Now it smells like fish in here and out on the ice. Let's go.
Yeah, she's absolutely over the moon seeing it. You know, she says, "Quick, quick, quick!" She gets her book back off whoever's got it, and she's just taking notes. She's astounded, a little bit frightened because this thing just seems to be sitting there. It panics a little bit and doesn't really know what to do because it's scared that you've gone and got people to kill it, basically.
Well, all right, get your notes. I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
She starts just frantically scribbling down and taking notes on this thing, and she is absolutely over the moon.
I shout to her, any suggestions? How can we get rid of this thing without killing it, as you say? You are studying it. Help us.
She pulls out a scroll and starts to chant the words from it, and seemingly then starts to have a conversation with it in an unknown language that only you comprehend, Wilfred.
Yay!
And she's talking to it, and she then starts to kind of translate to the rest of you that actually this thing, it doesn't really mean anyone any harm, and she works out that somebody has cast an awakened spell on it, and it feels obligated to do what it's been doing. And she tries her best to convince it that it doesn't actually have to do anything.
So
she's
trying to dismiss the spell, is she?
She's trying to persuade it that it doesn't have to do what the druid said it should be doing, and that it is free to leave and leave the fisherman in peace, basically. Well, there you go. Well, Ravison, the woman that has cast this spell on her, is in fact, yes, a druid.
Where can we find this druid?
It doesn't know. It lives in a lake.
It lives in a lake.
Yeah.
Where did it last?
The whole world is this
on the edge of the lake.
That's what I asked, Peter.
Right.
in the lake.
Mm. What? Anything else anyone wants to do with it, or is it free to leave?
Wait to
Wait,
see if
To ensure his intentions.
Oh,
What was the scholar's attempt successful?
full. Yeah, wait to see that.
You wouldn't know.
Is there any way we
done
can?
enough to convince it to stop attacking boats?
Is there any way we, as a group, with the scholar's help, can actually dismiss the spell?
I suggest to the scholar that maybe she says to the creature that instead of hunting the fisherman and the trout, they will bring it food to the dock each day that it can feed on instead of hunting the fisherman.
That is an excellent suggestion. The awakened plesiosaurus agrees and thinks that's a great idea. If they feed it, then it has no. It's still scared that it's going to lose its ability to think freely and operate, as a free creature. Yeah, it's happy with that.
So
Now we just got to convince Ox that they're going to do that.
What did you detect magic say?
Yeah.
It glows with transmutation magic.
Transmutation, got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so who's going to convince what's his nuts on the dock that this is what they're going to do?
I mean,
us or the Goliath.
Yeah, me and Beanpole can do that. We can handle that.
Tali says, look, I'll feed it. She says, I'll get it fish every day. She said, honestly, she's so enamored with this thing. This is like next level, being able to actually communicate with a beast that in her field is quite a special opportunity. She said, look, I'll feed it. Don't bother with the dwarf. He'll just get grumpy about having to share his catch.
Fair.
What's his name? What's her name?
The plesiosaur?
Yeah.
They don't have names. They don't use names. They don't have a societal hierarchy where names are relevant.
Okay. In any case, I'm going to name it Dory.
You're going to name it Dory.
Yeah.
Oh God, will it try to escape?
Okay. Anything else you want to do with it, or is it free to slump back into the water?
It's free to slump back in the water.
Yeah, it's free to go.
Yeah, slump away.
It disappears.
For the firebolt as it flies away.
It says, fucking idiot, as it slumps off.
It knows you well then.
And well done, guys. You have dealt with the monster of Bremen Lake, or not Lackdenshire, Murder Walden, without actually murdering it.
Almost.
Because actually, it's not really doing anything wrong. It's just doing what it's been
I
told.
thought it was eating fishermen.
Is that wrong?
It said fishermen go. I said fishermen go missing. I didn't say
It's
it
a
ate them.
knee-jerk reaction. If somebody endangers fishermen, I'll just kill them.
Fisherman, potato.
Yeah, me.
All the same.
I'm a fisherman's friend.
Right. What do you guys want to do next?
Go
I
back and have
think
something. Get back in the warm. And
Yeah,
regroup.
head back for
Pub meal.
pie and booze.
Pie and booze, yes.
I'm all
So-
for pie and booze.
Yeah, you head back to see everyone's favourite Donna Dimbleberry, the landlady, and yeah, she's got hot Dimbleberry pies, but she just
Like a
she
slice
serves
of
you up,
bread,
gives you drink. Wow, she's a halfling, you weirdo.
I'm a dwarf.
And
Fine.
what would you make a dwarfling?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dwarfling.
Poor thing.
Or a Horforth.
oh God. Fucking hell. So you she serves you up some Dimbleberry pie, gives you a beer, and says, what's the plan? Then did you sort the sea monster out?
Yeah,
lay
turns
lay
out,
it on it in thick verse, Frank.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's. And that is the cue for the bard to stand up, get a beat going, and tell the amazing tale of the party on the waves, braving the cold and the scary creature. And it has how it gleamed as it rose out of the water, crashing upon the boat, and yet unfazed, our Frost dropped a bow shot into it. Mention the mighty hues of the Goliath blade and our own navigation skills to keep it in way, and how it calmed down once we started talking to it. It was actually okay.
And I was all laughing because of the retardation of a gnome.
The mishap.
I leave that for the coda. Once the story's over, postscript.
That's for the second album.
that's second verse.
It's
Funnier
like
than the
the
first.
documentary, the real story, the
The real story.
truth behind
Yeah.
the Lackdenshire.
Lake Monster, the true story, the idiocy of a gnome.
You return to Dana's bar, and Grinsk is furious. You've smashed up one of his boats.
He's
You've
always
got no
furious.
fish. Oh yeah, he's a right grumpy little dickhead. And you've smashed up one of his boats. You've got no fish. And yeah, he's like, my fish. Where's my fish?
Look between your wife's legs. Try to add a verse in there about the grumpy idiot on the rocks and the docks, and how he almost cost this city its entire fishing scale by not allowing anyone to do what needed to be done. But thankfully, the townsfolk and these brave adventurers stood up to him and showed him the error of his ways.
He throws his mug at you and clocks you for 1 point of damage.
I pick the mug back up, I finish the brew, and I throw it back. Gently.
And he
I'm
literally,
not trying to hurt him. I just lob it in his direction.
He's so pissed off, he just stomps off because he knows he's outnumbered. He just kind of chucks the mug, gets his hit in, and then thinks he's got the better of you and stomps away in a mood.
I lob in fact, I'll just lob it back to the table.
Go on,
but
roll a hit, see if you hit him.
I make sure that my beat on the way out matches his stumping, so it's...
So you lob it back, and it just kind of like it hits him on the back, and he's just fuming. He's absolutely fuming with you.
As he's stepping up, boom, bum, ba, boom, bum, ba, boom.
Tali, on the other hand, she says, "Look, I haven't got much to offer you in the way of cash." She gives you a pouch with 5 gold pieces and offers you a spell scroll of animal friendship. Says, "Unfortunately, I haven't really got much more to give." But that's the best I can muster, really.
Yeah, spell's probably worth a few gold, to be fair.
Yeah, probably.
If you can find somewhere to sell it to.
I was going to say, out of game. What's her class to know the spell scroll?
Let's have a look. It does say. Where's Tali? It says she's a researcher scout, but that doesn't make much sense to me.
I'm just curious if we have anyone that could even use that scroll.
But yeah, she hands you that anyway, and 5 gold pieces. Unfortunately, it wasn't the big payday you guys were hoping it might be. Maybe if you'd caught a couple of fish.
What's that spell again? Speak with animals.
Animal friendship.
From when you're casting, is that what arcane or is that? Yeah, because you're an arcanist, so.
I think I can learn that as well.
If you can do arcane magic, you should be able to use the scroll.
Okay, so that was the monster of Bremen. What is the plan for you guys now?
I'm gonna go East Haven.
East Haven.
I guess we keep after
Toga.
What's take to where we are now? Bremen is like Dugan's Hole or stuff.
Closest to Bremen would be Targos.
Yeah, back to Targos.
You would go back through Targos on the way back, basically.
FYI, animal friendship is Bard, Druid, Ranger.
There we go.
Unless you've got a spell rot tattoo, in which case it's whoever's got the tattoo.
Okay, I need you to go back over the rules for spell rot tattoo, by the way. Just saying.
I've gone over it 10 times, I've googled it.
Okay, then you've been using it wrong.
Okay.
Spell rot tattoo is a one-use tattoo.
Infusion. I can recreate it at will.
I don't think you can. I think you're using that incredibly wrong, but this is not my game, so.
I'll have a good nosy eye after the game. Let's not worry about it right now.
That's why I didn't bring it up.
Yeah. It seems ridiculously OP if you can just continuously infuse like that.
Because it also bumps up in levels as well. And
we'll see.
Cast the spell slot.
Seems a bit crazy, but anyway, I shall take a nosy eye anyhow afterwards. So the plan is, at the moment you are in Bremen, which is a long way west. Where's Icewind Dale? Icewind Dale. It's on the list somewhere. Sorry guys, bear with me.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to... There it is, found it. Activate the scene. Can you guys see this? 2 seconds.
No, we don't have vision tokens with vision.
Ah, balls. Let me just change that so it's universal. Icewind Dale, configure, and then we go... Not fog exploration, no tokens with the... It should reload and you should be able to see it.
Yep. Oh boy, it's a big...
Yeah, so you should be able to see where you are now. So you don't need them right now, so this is the world map.
What's the green circle?
Where we are.
I just accidentally put that on the map.
That's not where we are. We're a far further left than that.
You are here where I've just pinged, where Bremen is. Literally on the ends of Mare de Walden. Okay? So you came through Targos from Bryn Shander. Okay? Can you actually see those town names, or are they not on the map for you?
Town names aren't on the map, no.
I wonder if there's a way for me to bring those to make them visible.
There is.
I don't want to make them all visible, though.
That's easy. Just go on the left-hand side.
Yep.
The DM screen. I think it's the third one down. It looks like a cube, I think.
Yep.
Click that, and then highlight the one that you want to reveal. Right-click it, and unhide, I think.
Well, it's in massive sections of the map. Why won't it? Why is that covered?
Each one of those is it's like a sub-layer, and when you go to that cube thing, it goes into sub-layer mode. So each one of those is its own little... It's almost like a token, but...
Did you say right-click it and unhide? If I click visible there, can you see the map lines on the map? The little red dots?
See the lines, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is this where we've been?
They're just general road tracks that you can see to various different places. So, this is annoying. I'll have to work this out because this sits over the top of the actual towns that I want to reveal. Move that out of the way a second. Oh, there we go. Visible. You should see Targos now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visible. That little white dot is Bremen, but it's not letting me.
You need to do the word Bremen as well.
It won't let me select it. That's annoying. Brinchanda. As I reveal various different places, it won't let me select Bremen for some reason, but Bremen is here. There's Mayor de Walden. Gonna just reveal the town. Sorry, this is taking a little bit. My apologies.
Do you want that link to the interactive map again? I know it had a lot more.
Yeah, I think that'll probably help. Yeah, just let's chuck the interactive map up for now.
I gotcha.
There we go. So you have an idea where everything is, especially if you zoom in, particularly to where the 10 towns are. So you're in Bremen at the moment. You're going to have to go back through Targos and then to wherever you want to go, really. What's the plan, guys? What's the plan?
I'm a bit dumbfounded, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm struggling right now.
Okay, so we're still looking for Chicky here, and the next place we know to find her is East Haven. Yeah, that's our thought.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah.
If I may,
Okay.
we've still got the dogs.
Yeah.
We own them.
Can the dogs track people, or is there too much snow by now?
There's a bit too much snow by this point.
Yeah.
They're pretty good if you're not far, like if you're within a day's travel, but like longer routes take a while.
I would imagine it's way too long to get.
Is there any spells we can cast to help find a rough direction?
I mean, you can head towards East Haven, but you're going to have to go through Targos, Brinchanda, and then East Haven, effectively.
And how many days' journey is that?
Let me just find out for you.
I'm guessing it's getting to the end of the day now, isn't it?
Not yet.
Easily.
You've still got to keep moving. You've travelled to Bremen. You've dealt with the sea monster, which didn't take all that long, to be honest. And then now it's time to get moving, effectively.
I'll figure it took us about a day to get from Brinchanda to Targos. It took us not quite a day to get to Bremen. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5+ days to get from here to East Haven.
It's quite a while, yeah.
Give
Quite
or
a
take,
trek.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have a better plan, then that would be good to do. But I don't particularly have one.
It probably, because you've got the dog sleds now, though, it'd probably take you about 2 days, I would say, working it out, roughly.
It was 3 hours, you said, from Brinchanda to Targos, wasn't it?
Was that with the dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd probably take you about 2 days to make East Haven, given the distance.
Yeah, we'll just have to camp somewhere along the way.
Probably in those woods.
Yeah, give or take.
Bit of shelter, at least from the cold, innit?
Well, that's heading out the way because them woods were north of Brinchanda.
No, there's some. He's talking about the woods along the east way.
Along the east way.
Okay, that'll do then.
The ones north of Goodmead?
Yeah. Figure if we can make that by the end of the first day, we should be able to get us some shelter.
So you make your way back to Targos, and as you head through Targos, a dog comes running past you without a rider. It's just dragging a sled. Dun, dun,
Is there
dun.
any markings on the sled? Anything that catches our eye other than whoops?
It's just a blank sled. It notices you though and starts to turn back around and come towards you.
Check and see your email.
It's alright.
The blank,
Fine, then.
the non-rided thing comes back towards us.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
With the
What
dog pulling
the
it.
fuck?
Yep. The dog turns around and purposely comes back towards you guys.
Whoa.
Well, if it's a lost dog and it sees people, especially if it's a sled dog, sees other sled dogs, that doesn't seem too weird, but
Slow down.
I suppose we should at least check.
Go up to the dog and like let him sniff his hand, so it understands that we're not a threat, and then sort of pet him.
You see that the leather harness
Yeah.
is strapped to it and somewhat broken, and the dog is grateful of your attention.
I'd let the harness off it. Obviously, it's not pulling.
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
so
It snuffles you and tries to get you to follow it. It's like trying to indicate what it wants you to go with it.
what's that?
Where's Timmy, Lassie? Is Timmy in the well?
It is literally that kind of quest. It's weird. So yeah, the dog drags you to a house. Yeah, obviously it then bursts through. It pushes its way through the door. And a man comes to the door to greet you. And he says, "Hello."
Hi, is this your dog?
What's going on? He says, "It is. My name's Keegan."
Well, we don't have the sled. We left it there. You're missing a sled.
How's the dog reacting to Keegan?
The dog loves Keegan. The dog knows
okay,
Keegan.
So obviously he knows him. Okay.
He's happy to see the dog, and then he looks up and he sees you guys. He introduces himself as Keegan, but you can see that the smile on his face quickly fades away. The fact that the dog is there without someone else.
Are you missing a sled?
He says, "It's not the sled I particularly care about. He says it's the rider that I'm concerned for."
I'm waiting.
He says, I was born in 10 Towns, but my husband came from a wealthy family in Neverwinter. He said Garrett didn't care much for city life, and when I met him, he was working as a guide. He loves the outdoors. But where is he? He should be here.
Good question. Where'd he go?
He said a few days ago he was hired to lead some people up the slopes of Kelvin's Cairn. He said, and then he was going to take them to some adventurers, then to Caer Konig, but I expected him to be back pretty soon, to be honest. I'm a bit concerned the dog has returned without him.
Yeah, well, dog was attached to a slightly messed up sled. Nobody with it came from, point the direction it came from, that way. Is the way, we don't know this area, so yeah, came from that direction.
He said, there should be 5 other dogs with this one.
And
he
there
said,
aren't.
This one's Boy. The dog is called Boy. He said, this is Garrett's favourite.
I'm going to investigate the sled.
Okay, can you give me an investigation check? Yeah, I mean, you don't see anything untoward with the sled. It seems a bit weird that the dog has kind of dragged this thing back on its own. He said, sorry, he says, I'm a bit concerned something terrible might have happened.
Can we see how far the sled's been sort of pulled for, based on the marks on?
Is there any blood on the sled or anything?
There is literally nothing, no signs of anything unusual on the sled, which is rather strange.
What do you mean? Don't know by how far it's been pulled.
Well, if it's pulling a sled, you can see tracks in the snow. How far can you see? Does it just continue into the distance until you lose sight?
Sled marks, yeah.
Yeah.
They go right through Targo, so it's ran right through the town, and just seemingly searching for somebody.
So, clearly something's happened on the way to Kelvin's Cairn. Which is a fair old distance away from where we are.
It's a big old hike, yeah.
Here's the question, though: on the way there or the way back? I mean, she says he was gone for several days now. He might have made it and just didn't get back.
He could have got halfway there, something's happened, and it took the dog the same couple of days to get back, or the same day or so to get back. Well,
Exactly.
that will be, based on that timeline, that will be what's happened, because there's no way he's got to Kelvin's Cairn in that timeline. Or something's happened before he got there.
Yeah, how long was he gone for?
He says, not that long. Maybe a day or two.
Yeah, so something's happened within a day, within half a day's travel of here.
Yeah,
maybe
I thought she said he left out 5 days ago.
He's a bit. He can't really remember. He's thinking. He's starting to second guess himself now, and he's in a bit of a blind panic, and goes,
I'll be right back. Hang
"Could
on.
have been 5 days. Could have been 3 days." He's not really sure.
We could follow the tracks back and well, if
We'll only
something
we'll only get so far though. You're probably talking.
They'll
an hour or
probably,
two.
if you do that, they'll take you about a mile or two, and then they'll start to fade.
a good indicator though of obviously the right path to go on.
Won't the dog know where it's come from? Like sled dogs are quite intelligent. Like it'll
That is
go-
a fair point. If you tie it on lead dog on one of our sleds,
It should
and let it
go
act as
faster
lead
the way
dog.
it's come.
Keegan hasn't got a problem with that. He said, "Look, Garrett's a clever guy." He said, "I'm sure he'll be okay. You know, he can look after himself pretty well." So, but he said maybe if it's not too much trouble, maybe you can take the dog and go see if he's okay.
We can do that.
Can we now?
He says he suggests you should go and visit Frozen Far Expeditions in Caer Konig. They might be able to give you some more advice. They tend to, being closest to Kelvin's cairn, tend to be pretty well versed in the area.
That's a fucking fair old travel.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Best way here would probably be to still head to East Haven. Potentially.
Wasn't half of our point we had a job to do and we have no money to spare? Are we gonna take on a rescue job as well? I mean, I'm not trying to be a mercenary dick about it, but
Well, cash light.
You are pretty cash light. I mean, you have got dogs at least, but you are pretty cash light right
we
now.
need to feed the dogs.
Just so I have context, what's not cash light? What's sort of average?
I have 20 gold.
I have 50.
I mean, what did you spent 150, didn't you? But generally, as a party, I don't think you have a huge amount, do you?
I had 120 because I got the 100 off the quest.
Yep.
Well, off the bounty hunter woman, I used the 100 to buy the 2 dog sleds. So
and I think Inch chipped in 50 for the other one, didn't he?
50 for the other one. So Inch has 50, Daryl has 50, Chris has 50. Well, Chris is fucking throwing his round like he's at a casino. So God knows where
Chris should only have about 30, I think, by now.
Wait, did we have 100 originally?
45, I've got Craig.
Alright, so I've got 60 then, because I had 10 originally.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so we're actually quite well off, really.
You're not too bad then. Yeah, you've got money, but yeah, not as much as you were hoping for, I think, at this point.
I've got 130.
Alright, fuck off, Peter.
Because I don't throw it at every single person I see for information.
What you're saying is you're the Jew.
Yep. Oy vey.
Bearing in mind, hang on a minute, you've all got 130. Hiln gave you 100 gold. I don't think she gave you it each, did she? Let me just check that.
You're right, he didn't say each. Just 100 split between, 6?
In which case, we've all got our starting gold.
You've got, to be fair, actually, she gave you a sealskin pouch that holds 50 gold pieces of stones, right, gems. This was Haruna for the first one that you got.
That was the first one, that was each.
So you got 50 gold each there. So that's where you got your 50s. The other one, though, Hiln gave you 100 between you. And since then, you've had 5 gold. Like, 5 gold between you. So literally, we'll call it a gold each, so 6 gold. So yeah, I don't think you should be on 100 and summit.
So we had 100
as a group.
Yeah. So how many of us is the 6? So we had
That's 16.6 gold each.
100 equals. So we have 400. We used 100 on the dogs minus 50 on the other set of dogs. That's 250 left.
Yep.
So you
minus Chris throwing money around, and then divide the rest up, and then you'll work out what you've got.
So 240.
Yeah.
And then divide that up by the rest of you, and that gives you a rough idea of what you got each.
210 divided by 6 is about 35 gold left each.
Yeah, 40 gold each.
There we go. If we call it that, and then keep a closer eye on it in future.
So
So
we're still,
just buy
relatively
gold for
speaking,
40 each.
35 gold each is a pretty hefty amount.
So it's a pretty princely sum, to be fair, for most people. People live on bloody silvers and coppers, you know, for the most part. So, yeah, you're doing okay.
Just so I know, you all can update your sheet so it's on 35.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
Cool.
done.
I have been doing this.
Is that us done for the night now?
Soon. We got
just-
another 15 minutes, but we will be soon.
I don't mean to get all rules lawyersy, but there is a starting gold rule, and Artificer is 5d4 times 10 GP, with an average of 125 gold. So that I'd say we're pretty low. The Barbarian's only 50, so yeah, that makes sense. But a Cleric and a Bard's 125 average starting gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then you buy your equipment, your starting equipment out of that.
Yeah, you either do gold and buy your equipment, or
you do a
get
starting
your
equipment.
Well, I'd make my equipment. So.
You're not a blacksmith.
I'm an Artificer with loads of smithing skills.
Yeah, but all of your base dungeoneering gear that you've got, your robes, your any armor you've got on, your weapons and everything.
Made my own.
Yeah, I don't think so, Peter, but okay.
What the fuck?
There's your tall Peter.
I'll just delete my Artificer.
Okay, well, the
No, but you
materials
can't
to
sit
make...
there and go, I created everything my character owns. Like,
Well, no, that's even if he did, that's fair enough. Then the materials to make said items would have still cost you gold to manufacture them.
Okay, no, can't make stuff, can't do...
No, that's fair enough that you made them, but it would
character.
it would still
no
cost
one
you money
said
to
you
buy the
can't do
material.
infusions, Peter, before you go down that route.
Right.
I
It
said
would
I'll
still
look it
cost-
up afterwards.
Alright.
It still costs you money to buy the stuff.
The Artificer has 2 partridge kicks and nothing else. Can make stuff, can do infusions.
He's not. He
hit
can.
Firebolt.
Okay, I tell you what, we'll leave it there for tonight because I'm not going to sit bickering about this for 15 minutes. And I will look all that shit up. But yeah, just because you can create stuff as an artificer doesn't mean you're a blacksmith and you can suddenly just make a short sword or a dagger or armor and whatnot. You can infuse stuff and tinker with stuff and create your homunculus and other bits and pieces, but it doesn't make you a skilled smithy.
Anyway, guys, what are we going to do?
Have you seen my screen, Sean?
Yup.
But really, you've got to decide what you want to do, particularly for next time, in all honesty, like where you want to go.
Follow the dog.
Follow the dog.
I would agree.
I'm going for that, yeah.
Because even with the 35, we're still, I wouldn't say particularly low. Like, it's enough to survive on.
Someone's in danger. The good people,
Yeah,
part of us should want to.
something
Go and help.
should want to. Something
Yeah.
should want to go help.
Yeah. If you're a good person.
I'm not.
No. I am.
I'm getting that vibe, Frank.
No, in all seriousness, he is lawful neutral. He's all about doing what needs to be done and sticking to the plan, and he's got his ethics. But he's also very straightforward. He's former military. It's what do we got to do? How are we going to get it done? He's a typically straightforward type. To him, totally out of character. To him, this is not our business. I'm sorry to hear it, but we have things we're trying to do which are of bigger import. So he's more likely to go, I'm not saying don't, I'm saying why are we doing it? He's not arguing, well, fuck that person. He's just going, this is not what we're here to do. But that's not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying that's why I'm kind of playing
No,
it
that's
like,
your character, mate.
what's the point? What's our plan? What's our end game? It's the military in him.
Yeah, I get it. It's more of a everything you do has to have purpose, right? I guess.